every... What day is it?
Tuesday?
Tuesday night! His ghost returns to wreak his horrible vengeance.
Oh, but tonight's Tuesday night!
Then he'll be coming.
Fade in.
In an age where most movies are referred to as content, I would say that 99% of most movies are pretty bad.
Sometimes it's an actor who comes in. Other times it's a relationship that, as it's written, doesn't quite work, and things that you think are going to just, be so well received, just crash and burn.
We're making a new Star Wars movie, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put Han, Luke, and Leia in a scene together. And the fact that that moment, we will never be able to have that moment in cinema when Carrie Fisher was alive, that to me is, that's malpractice.
We had some ideas, but we hadn't worked through them enough. We had sometimes we had some ideas, but then we weren't allowed to do them the way we wanted to.
What could possibly go wrong?
Unfortunately, we live in a time, back in the day when Star Wars was first made, I feel like they were checking one box, and it was called fun. And now there's a million boxes that must be checked. There are all sorts of noting and committees and this thing, and this is where you end up with, that last Star Wars movie by J.J. Abrams is unwatchable. It's garbage.
Begin the thing, I've had, and I do think that, there's ideas.
And I think that whether Hollywood notices it or not, I think that people don't really like politics woven into fairly mainstream, which should be mainstream entertainment experiences. And I think we're seeing that more and more. It's unbelievable to me. You have no excuse. Your job is to entertain me, not lecture me, not lecture me. Your job is to entertain me.
Oh my God, I can't believe this is where we are. And sometimes when it's not working out, it's because it's what you planned. And other times when it's not working out, it's because it didn't. It's like you never really know. But having a plan, I have learned in some cases the hard way, is the most, critical thing, because otherwise you don't know what you're setting up. You don't know what you're, what to emphasize, because if you don't know the inevitable of the story, you're just as good as your last, sequence or effect or joke or whatever, but you want to be leading to something inevitable.
I like to be an optimist. So I don't know that 99% of the studio movies are bad. Maybe it's more like 97.
Oh my God.
We're the fun suckers now.
Green lights, baby. Let's go.
Say, kids, what time is that?
Tonight's Tuesday night!
I just want to say we're going into this with no plan whatsoever. There are no plans.
No, we're pulling a JJ.
What could possibly go wrong? How's everybody doing?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Welcome back to the show. Six, how are you?
Thank you. I'm great. How are you doing?
We're doing. It started a kind of a slow news week. It looked like it was going to be like filler week, but man, all of a sudden
up.
It did. So when we start the show, we usually go around and ask everybody how their week was. How was your week?
Super hot. It's very warm in the Midwest. 80s, high 80s.
Did you get the humidity too?
Yeah. Oh, there's always humidity. The mosquitoes aren't bad yet, but they're coming.
Oh God, I know.
But yeah, it's been a good week. Working a lot.
Good. Pedro, what about you, man?
Hi. Yeah, my phone got itself a virus. So I've been
How?
Well, actually, you sent me a text message, and somebody else sent me a text message, and I clicked on the alert, thinking I was clicking on your message, and oh God, what's he sending me now? Click, and so I clicked on a link from somebody I didn't know, thinking it was from you. So I have a brand new phone.
Oh no!
Oh no, man!
So the other person, I take it they weren't a friend. Whoever sent you that link.
Yeah, it was from some email address I've never heard of before.
Oh.
So that phone is now a brick.
Wow.
And I don't even know what you sent me. And it's definitely not porn related, I promise.
Zach's back at it again. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Londell. Nice to see you, sir. Me, yeah, it's hot. I got heat stroke over the weekend.
Really?
Yeah, Saturday I was doing too much in the yard and wasn't drinking enough water, I guess. I thought I did. But man, it hit me hard. And then Sunday I had to go back out and finish. I was going like half speed. But yeah, it's gross. We're hitting mid to high 90s here.
Well, good thing you waited until it was that hot to do all that outdoor stuff.
I know, right? I know. Well, hey, live and learn, as they say.
Yeah.
So is everybody ready to jump in? We have I think I have 32 tabs open again.
Creeping mother of God.
I know. Somehow I'm always like, it doesn't look like that many. And all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, there's 32 tabs here. So I'm going to click. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to click them open and I'm going to mute myself and let you guys talk. How's that?
Please don't.
Please don't. I wonder if Keith could even stop himself from talking. Oh, burn!
You're right.
Watch it rise. Watch it rise.
Oh, now you've done it. This is genius.
Oh, I heard his little feelings. Oh, Keith, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Well, Judah's not here. What do you want me to do?
Okay, I'll be the punching bag.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, Jude, if you're watching, I hope you're enjoying that lobster roll, buddy. Jude's taking his stepdad's or his mom's boyfriend, I guess, sort of stepdad, out to dinner. He's visiting. So they're out at some seafood place.
Nice.
He's taking a lobster break.
A lobster break. Italian artist. You brought this to us, Six. Mm-hmm. An Italian artist auctioned off an invisible sculpture for $18,300. It's made literally of nothing. It's a work that asks you to activate the power of the imagination. Salvatore Garau. It's French. Oui. Said it.
Yep. I wish to God I thought of this because this is absolutely genius, and a fool and his money should be glad they found each other in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy crap, right? Like, because this isn't the first time he's pulled this off. He's done this before. I wonder if one person's bought more than one from him.
Yeah, if they're a big fan, a collector of his work.
Of his work.
Of his space.
I own the entire series. This entire series of invisible art.
I mean, this is right up there with flea circuses. You know what this is like?
Yeah.
This is like me saying, you know what? I am a way better air guitarist than Eddie Van Halen. And right? I can shred way better than Eddie Van Halen. Fuck that guy. On air guitar. Last month, 67-year-old artist Salvatore Garau sold an immaterial sculpture, which is to say that it doesn't exist. Yeah. This is so bizarre. The piece was called Lo Sono. Lo Sono. And I guess that's says here what it means. Oh, here it is. It translates to I am. Went up for sale in May at the Italian auction house Artrite. The pre-sale estimate valued the piece between £6,000 and £9,000, according to AS.
No, I think that's euros.
Euros.
It's euros.
But competing bidders pushed the price tag to 15,000 euros. Yeah, sorry. The lucky buyer went home with a certificate of authenticity and a set of instructions.
Great.
The work per Garreau must be exhibited in a private house in roughly 5 by 5 foot space, free of obstruction. So this brainlet that bought this thing, right, is now like not putting anything or walking through a 5 by 5 section of their home.
Yep.
As not to disturb the art that's in this corner or what have you.
As Mr. Lundell said, he tells you it's a gyp and people go for it anyway.
My God. Yeah.
It's a state of mind.
Wow.
When I decide to exhibit an immaterial sculpture in a given space, that space will concentrate a certain amount in density of thoughts at a precise point, creating a sculpture that, from my title, will only take the most varied forms, the artist went on. If you thought that was artsy claptrap, he goes on to draw a rather lofty comparison to the work. After all, don't we shape a god we've never seen?
That's actually an excellent point.
It is, but man, it's like...
It is, but you still got to admire the cojones on the guy. I'm going to sell you absolutely nothing, and people can't get out of their own way to pick it up.
Well, and
it's a scam than Scientology.
What was that?
Sorry, what was that?
It's a taped off section of 5 by 5. He has this taped off section. If you scroll up, I think it has a picture of the stop. Go down. Go down. Down. Okay, stop.
Oh, there
yeah,
it
so
is.
that right there. No, keep.
Yeah,
oh my God.
The YouTube.
Oh, right here.
There,
yeah. Yeah, right there.
Brilliant.
That's the immaterial
Yeah.
sculpture.
I thought about getting one and putting it right over here, so it would be over my shoulder. You know, kind of.
Yeah, but
it sounds like something. Go ahead, Pete.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, just make sure it doesn't clash with anything else in the room.
Yeah.
I love this invisible sculpture, but that and my couch just do not get along together.
It looks like something that you would summon some otherworldly entity. With, you put your tape square down. And he had another piece, if I hope we don't, but in this video that is linked, there's another piece that he did with a tape of circle. And right in the middle was just a blob of red paint. And it was right in the middle of a road. And I was hoping that a car would just drive past and just spread his sculpture throughout Italy or wherever this is supposed to be taking place.
Zach says
so yeah, it does circles and squares.
This is brilliant. We have your sculpture.
Great idea, Zach. Howdy, Flip. Glinzer's here. Jacob Archer Barton is here. Hello. Mr. Lundell. I've got some oceanfront property in Arizona. Exactly. But here's the funny thing before we wrap this story up. He's done this before. In February of this year at the Piazza della Scala in Milan, the artist exhibited Buddha in Contemplation, a similarly invisible sculpture demarcated by a square of tape on a cobblestoned walkway. So that must be that one. That's what that is.
I wonder if you can sell copies of it.
Right.
Here's bootlegs.
That's a cheap reproduction.
Miniature versions.
The one you've got in your house is a very cheap reproduction, Pete.
Yeah. It's like the Velvet Elvis painting.
The Velvet.
Nice.
That's what Pete has.
Meanwhile, this week he installed Aphrodite Cries in front of the New York City Stock Exchange. The effort, evidenced by an empty white circle, was supported by the Italian Cultural Institute. You don't see it, but it exists. It's made of air and spirit, he explained. For fuck's sake, man. Where are these aliens to come save us?
Since you can't copyright an idea, I say that we give this a go and see if anybody will buy it.
Before the coup, I paint and I do watercolor. And before the coup, I used to go to artist openings and galleries, and I was involved in, on a local level, my art community. And sometimes a small group of us would just stand off to the side and talk about what a piece of crap somebody was trying to sell for an obscene amount of money. And it was like, remember that banana that was duct taped to a wall that That was
Yep.
all the
Yes.
rage. Yeah, I think that this invisible sculpture, I think it's worse because you're selling people a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, to nothing, to a
Yeah.
block of air. That artist deserves a check written in invisible ink.
Go to
Well,
Mr. Lundell's comment over that.
Yeah, the $5.
The $5 knockoffs would be the most popular gift for Christmas. That is pretty good. There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. We have another news of the weird. We have 2 news of the weirds this week. This one came to us from Edson, who's I think he's on a milk carton right now. Yeah. Eleanor Holmes Norton introduces bill requiring gender equality in crash test dummies. Oh my God. We got to spend tax money on this. Democratic delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, the district's non-voting representative in the House, wants to see greater gender parity in crash test dummies. Mrs. Norton, who chairs the House of Transportation Subcommittee on Highways and Transit, argues that legislation is needed to ensure vehicle safety standards are designed with women in mind as well as men. Women have achieved equality on the road when it comes to driving. When it comes to safety testing to keep them safe on the road, they are nowhere near achieving equality. These dummies are not like, they don't even, okay. I'm no expert in crash test dummies, but they don't like have like obese fat crash test dummy, right? They just have dummies.
Yeah, they just have one generic form. Yeah.
One generic dummy. They smash it into a wall and they see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder, are they talking about, are they talking about the organs? Because I could see how the difference in organs would maybe cause, or maybe like boobs. I mean, if I'm sitting in a car, never mind.
I don't. No, please continue.
No, but like women have more, some women have more padding in front. So
I concur. Yeah, but that's why we have, we can do the thing like, whoa, careful.
Is that why you guys do that?
The stop short. That was on Seinfeld. Remember that?
Mystery solved. No, I don't remember that.
Oh, that was a whole episode about the stop short.
Man.
Oh. I do that for my animals to stop them from coming through the windshield.
Yeah, she says there's biological differences in anatomy such as neck strength, posture. I see part of her point, but to my knowledge, they use one dummy for everything. It's one dummy.
Yeah.
Like, why spend them? I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
I mean,
weight it down and like
a man's head and a woman's head are going to hit the dashboard at the same speed.
Pretty much.
And splatter open like a pumpkin off a second
exactly
floor, balcony.
That's it.
Physics don't care.
Right.
Jace is here. Hello, Jace. How are you? For those of us over 40 years old, remember the Mod Squad? Remember watching that when I was a kid? No?
Just you, man.
Not at all.
Just me.
Maybe you ought to change decades, and for those of us over 50, maybe do that one.
What are you saying?
That you're over 50 and we're not.
Damn it. Okay, I guess. Well, the Mod Squad went off the air in 1973, but I remember watching it all the time. So it must have been in reruns or something. Yeah, he died of colon cancer on Friday. That sucks.
Oh, that's too bad.
He was also in Purple Rain, 52 pickup reindeer games, and Tales from the Hood. So, the good news is this was the only celebrity death this week. So, but that's a bummer. It's just another piece of my childhood taken away from me. Rest in peace, sir. Wolfgang Van Halen. Anyone?
Yes.
Cool.
That's him.
That's him.
Yeah. Wolfie has his first album coming out on Thursday. And I gotta say, yeah, I bought it. I pre-bought it. Hippies turned. Yeah, it really was a great show. I'm really interested to hear how it sounds. I kind of feel bad for him. He's been taking a beating on social media from a lot of people who are just accusing him of just trying to use his name and all this stuff and copy his dad and, live off of his father. And it's so unfair. This poor kid. And I feel like he's really dealt with it well. So I'm going to probably do a review of it for whatever that's worth. But
the album?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the album's coming out on the 11th, which is 3 days from now.
Yes.
Which would make that Friday?
Sounds about right.
Strange day to drop an album. Usually it's like Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, and he played his dad's guitar on the album, so that's going to be kind of cool. He played the famous Frankenstrat that Eddie built himself out of spare parts and glue and made famous. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool, I think. Anybody else interested in Wolfgang Van Halen's album?
I'm interested in hearing it.
If I saw it at Target, I'd probably buy it because I used to love Van Halen.
Yeah, and the single he put out when his dad died, the name of the song escapes me now, was really good. Like, it was really, really good.
What kind of music is it? Is it rock?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was in Van Halen, for years now, since he was 16.
Yeah.
So
That's
I think
cool.
he's 30, 32 now.
That's probably been very therapeutic for him.
I think so. And I know he recorded the album in his father's studio, 5150 studio.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah. So it's...
Didn't they have an album named 5150, Van Halen?
They did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eddie opened 5150 the year Roth quit the band, right after 1984 came out. So Eddie opened the 5150 studio, and Roth quit, and they had the whole shakeup. They brought in Hagar, and they recorded everything there ever since. So, yeah, I mean, if it's, let's just say if it's half as good as Van Halen stuff, it'll be good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Because, yeah.
Very talented guitarist in his own right, obviously.
The whole band. His, Alex Van Halen's a really good drummer. So, good. Yeah. Yep. Only a D-bag would, be Van Haten on a Van Halen. No kidding. Right?
Yep.
It really is sad, though. They are really just pummeling him. Yeah, Van Hagar did outsell Van Halen. I thought Edson would be here by now for this, because Edson went to see Quiet Place 2 today, and I'm curious to hear what he thinks. Has anybody seen it yet?
I haven't seen the first one.
First one's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it might look from afar like a chick flick, but it's not. It's really good.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Where'd Keith go? I definitely heard a lot of good things about it. I just have never gotten around to actually seeing it. I know that the theater is actually, or having a good sound system is the best way to see it, because they really take great care with the audio.
That's very true. Yeah.
So yeah, watching it on the phone. What was that?
I would feel guilty about eating popcorn in the theater during it.
You probably would hear everybody crunching and
I would just end up sucking on each piece.
Yep.
Oh man, where did I hear that recently? I just heard that on a podcast where they would suck on the popcorn. It was somebody who worked in a theater, and I forgot what podcast it was. The people would suck on the popcorn and then just like spit out it'd be all over the floor. These just like,
so they suck off the butter and then
they'd suck off the butter and spit it out.
And spit out the popcorn bones.
Yeah, but then somebody's got to go clean that up. Yeah, they should have called it a quieter place.
Yeah, I worked at a movie theater for a few years back in the day, and man, people do weird stuff. They leave messages at night.
We are not human beings. We are animals.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, dirtiest theater ever.
Really?
Ever. Yeah. Packed full of kids. Parents would just drop their kids off. Give them $10.
I would do it.
There's a lot of kid movies though. Why that one in particular?
I don't know. I think people who are attracted to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are maybe just dirty people, dirty children.
Messy children. For it,
I mean, don't the turtles? Don't they come from the sewer? Don't they live in the sewer?
Yeah.
So it stands to reason. That's my logic.
We're being like our heroes.
Yeah.
Hey, they had the representation,
Yeah.
So, Oh, Glinzer says Jackass movies, dirtiest movies ever. No joke. Oh, really? That's so weird because, I always pick up and throw my own trash away when I'm done watching them.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But like I said,
They're just leaving their popcorn buckets there like savages.
Yeti. Oh, no.
Hi, Yeti.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Yeti just got monetized. Whoop, whoop.
I know. That's right.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, that's awesome. And so did Steven.
Yes, I saw that.
Also.
Yeti did it in 4 days. They approved his monetization in 4 days.
Man, that's crazy. Good for you, man.
Someday.
Maybe.
Judging you so hard right now. Okay. All right. Judge away.
Crap.
Twilight on Friday. Right, Yeti?
Oh, my God. The next TMNT movie will likely be LGBTMNT. Whew. Does that come with pickles and mayo?
Ew.
So has anybody seen Conjuring 3?
No. I haven't seen the first two.
Because Judah did that trailer review.
He did.
Which it was really good. And it looks scary AF.
But right about now, he's got a hot buttery lobster roll halfway down his maw.
That's disgusting.
And he's probably not thinking about The Conjuring right now.
No, he's probably not.
Hot buttery lobster roll up to his maw. Very nice. Into his maw. It's still good imagery. Very good imagery.
Well, thank you. I can sell it to you for like $18,000.
Ah, yes. It's a concept. Just put it in an envelope for me and just.
So Conjuring 3 out earns A Quiet Place 2, which also did well at the box office. So it's looking like there might be a resurgence at the box office, unless you're Disney. This is awesome. 39% behind Mulan in households, according to Samba TV data. Now, again, Samba TV data is only those smart TVs with the Samba chips in them. So it's not representative of the entire streaming community.
Sure.
But even that said, grading on a curve, if it's 39% behind Mulan, and we know how that crashed and burned, this is not doing too well at all. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Cruella,
I don't know anyone who's actually seen it.
I don't know anybody. I do. The Critical Drinker.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did see that he posted a review of it, but I didn't watch it.
Smashed it.
Yeah.
686,000 U.S. households over the 4-day Memorial holiday weekend, according to Tuesday figures from Samba TV. It's a number that's 39% less than the 4-day Labor Day traffic for the other Disney Plus premiere title, Mulan, which pulled in 1.12 million. I mean, this is like CW numbers, right?
Yeah.
On a streaming service for a major motion picture that you figure people don't want to go to the theater or can't go to the theater to see. This is horrible. This could be part of the reason.
Yeah, probably.
Does that $29.99? Does that mean just to see Cruella?
Yes, correct.
Wow.
It's on top of your Disney Plus subscription.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah, I'll never see it then.
Right. Yeah. There you go. And you're probably, that's exactly what most people said. They're like, oh, we don't have to go to the theater because it's going to be on Disney Plus for what? Extra money. Yeah.
There better be an usher bringing popcorn to my house for that price.
Right. I mean, it's just this isn't working. So that's 2 now. 2 bombs. We'll see what happens. Black Widow would be next, I believe, on this model for Disney. We'll see how Black Widow does. I'm guessing, though, that most people are going to go to the theater to see the Black Widow because it's a Marvel movie and whatnot.
Is Hawkeye going to be in it?
I don't think so.
No, it's a prequel movie. It's like her origin.
Oh, okay.
And I guess that part of it is that part of the origin story is they're going to introduce another Black Widow kind of character.
Yeah, I think
So they'll
she's
be
taking
able
over
to
the.
keep it going.
Take over the mantle, kind of like how the
Yeah.
Captain American. They just
Kinda,
bounce
yeah.
that title from one to the next.
Yep.
Remember when Marvel used to be the house of ideas, and boy, do we have some fun Marvel coming up. Oh my God. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, if you give it 3 months, it'll be free on Disney Plus. Is that
Yep.
that's what it is? 90 days, and then it'll be free.
Mm.
Really? Is Mulan on there for free?
I
Live action Mulan, not the cartoon.
don't
I
know.
don't have kids, so
I don't have Disney Plus.
But you do have Disney Plus.
I do
Yeah.
have Disney Plus. But I have Disney Plus for Star Wars. It's terrible that I have to state that disclaimer, but I love Star Wars and I like having access to it without having to get out of bed and put in a DVD.
We actually have a story about Loki coming up.
Oh, I think I know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know
A big
what it
suck
is.
fest. That's what it's gonna be. But I'm still gonna watch it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
Yeah. It's gonna suck at both all at the same time.
Nice.
And he
Very
can do
talented
that.
show.
According to this story, he'll be able to do that. So AMC Entertainment, if you want to, see some promise that the box office is rebounding, look no further than this. And this is today.
Oh, wow.
Their stock right now is at $55.14. It topped on June 2nd, $62.55. This is after last summer. You're down here. $2. $4, $2. And then, and then this slow rise as we start to come back to normal. And then it's just completely rockets up. So on May 20th, we're at $12.55. 2 weeks later. So a lot of that is because the what they do that remember they did something with it was kind of like the GameStop thing. Remember that?
Oh, where they monkeyed with the numbers?
Well, a bunch of people just suddenly bought into it or something to raise the stock price up, and but they announced. I'm not a finance guy. I don't know. Can't you tell? But
I'm a science nerd. So.
What's that?
I'm a science nerd, so I don't have anything to contribute to.
Yeah, I just say that I know they announced last week or the week before that they had already raised $250 million toward that debt. Remember, they had a $900 million debt they had to absolve by, I forgot what the date was. Remember?
Oh yeah, and then they did a Kickstarter or something. They asked all their friends to chip in or something.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's clearly working. I mean, their stock's going up. Their theaters are. Last week or 2 weeks ago, when I was in LA, my daughter and I were trying to go see Jurassic World. They were, because they show some old movies too, and it took us 3 days to get tickets because it kept selling out. I mean, granted, it's a $5 old movie. Of course, it's going to sell out quickly, but
old movie.
Yeah, when did Jurassic World become an old movie?
2015. I know. And they're coming cinema classics.
Well, people are so excited to just get out in the theater. I took my mother's in her 80s. I took her to see Godzilla versus Kong, and she was so excited to see that because she just wanted to get out of the house, and that was her first outing post-coup.
So Mr. Lundell says hedge funds shorted it. They stopped the short selling. Yeah, I think it is similar to the GameStop thing. But they're solvent, so couple of quick sports stories, and again, if Edson was here, kind of had these for him. But did anybody watch this? Yeah, the better stuff's behind it. So
okay.
So I did not.
They had this fight between Floyd Mayweather, who's retired boxer for the most part, and a YouTuber named Logan Paul. It was kind of one of these. It's almost like Rocky IV, kind of exhibition fight for money.
Sure.
And a lot of people paid to get it. I forgot all about it. I think it was Sunday night, right? And
wasn't it last night?
Last night or the night before? When's
I
this
don't know.
article? Updated.
Yeti
today.
watched it. When was it? Zax, you watched it too.
Yeti says about the AMC stock, people saw that hedge funds were overextended in a short position, so they bought in and held the stocks. This forced the price to increase and for the hedge funds to buy high, further increasing price. Whatever that means.
Yeti's showing off.
Look at the big brains on Yeti.
Well, I definitely appreciate that because that is just.
This cost hedge funds billions of dollars and made many go bankrupt. Oh, so it was like a Ponzi scheme. They paid to get it all right, and they don't like where they got it. So the fight was Sunday, and it wasn't much of a fight. People were pretty upset because I guess they just kind of stood around and hugged each other for 8 rounds.
Oh.
So the media just blew up. Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather were, after fooling the whole world who paid to watch the fight. Huggies.
That's hilarious.
The Patrick and yeah. So sadly, boxing has already got a, no pun intended, a black eye. Mixed martial arts are much more popular, and so is wrestling. And it's a shame because back when I was a kid, boxing was awesome. Like there was a championship fight. Everybody would get together, get the pay-per-view. And
oh yeah, I remember watching the pay-per-view with you and a bunch of buddies watching when Tyson bit off that guy's ear.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was amazing. Yeah. And ever since it was right shortly thereafter, Lennox Lewis came on the scene, and it just started to go downhill, and especially the heavyweight division. It's just it's not very good anymore. So they get this, they hype up this big exhibition fight between a former champ, and a YouTuber, and it's a dud. So
It's turning into wrestling because it was staged, wasn't it? It was they were planning that it was going to be a tie.
Oh, were they planning it was going to be a tie?
That's what I read. I thought it was in that article.
Wow. The Adam Sandler, Eric Banya fight in Funny People was better. How about the Screech versus Ron Palillo Horseshack fight? That was awesome. Mr. Londell says boxing died when Sugar Ray Leonard retired. Yeah. I loved Sugar Ray. It turned into a fun watch party, something to watch. It's possible that it was free.
Yeah, a lot of people with the pay-per-view, they couldn't even get it, wouldn't load, or it wouldn't allow them to get in to watch it. That was a big deal too.
No. So we have some clarification from Yeti on this whole stock thing. I'm almost embarrassed that I brought it up since I don't know what I'm talking about. Not a Ponzi. They borrow the stock from the stockholder on speculation it will decrease. If it does, they sell their position and get all the money from the difference, but the holder can call ... Poor Yeti, his fingers must be going 100 miles an hour.
Crystal clear. Thanks, Yeti.
Who are they going to call?
I don't know. Who are they going to call?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a second. Let me just do something real quick. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeti school is in session.
What you doing, Keith?
I'm just sending something somewhere.
Oh,
all
okay.
right. School is in session. Yeah. So back to Yeti. Back to their stocks at so the holder can call back their stocks at any point. So if it increases, the short seller is on the hook for the increased price and has to pay it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So how did that inflate AMC stock so fast? Like, that's what I don't get.
Come on, Yeti. Answer the question.
Chop, chop.
I thought of you when I saw this yesterday. I was like, no way.
Whoop, whoop.
So are you buying? Hey,
I'm going to have a bake sale.
Why don't you sell some invisible art?
There you go. Yeah. Just, pocket-sized ones, things you could put on.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this comes from Outkick, Megan Turner. Could the Bears franchise be for sale? One of the oldest and most prestigious franchises in the NFL, the Chicago Bears, could go up for sale due to internal strife in its current ownership. The McCaskey family, the Daily Herald Jim O'Donnell reports. The Bears have been in the Hollis family for 5 generations, and the team's principal owner is Virginia Hollis McCaskey, the daughter of George Hollis. She's 98 and has allowed her son, George H. McCaskey, to serve as the chairman of the team, Yahoo Sports reports. O'Donnell didn't expand on which members of the McCaskey families are at odds over the decision to sell the team, but the Daily Herald article suggests that Virginia does not want to sell the team. Wow. Uh-oh. There are 3 main suitors for the Bears that O'Donnell mentions. Jeff Bezos.
Oh boy.
Shit. Neil Blum and Pat Ryan. Both Blum and Ryan have a bigger connection to the Bears than Bezos has, and other individuals would probably express interest if the team were officially up for sale. I don't know. What do you think of that?
Where did she pull out of her butt, the girl who wrote this? Where did she pull out of her butt that Bezos is actually interested? That's what I want to know. Did she just throw him in to just
drive up there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, right?
You know, he's going into space. He might not make it back. So maybe he might be looking to unload some cash.
So Yeti has answered our question. Because people bought and held their stocks, if no one is selling, the price won't decrease. Holding means there's less stock in circulation and that people believe in the value. Aha.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Yeti.
Well, I would think that, you know, selling out movies would help too, because people would say like, oh, this is a solid business now. This is, you know,
yeah,
this is going to work. All right. We've come to that point.
Uh-oh. I think we're about to get woke.
Oh, hang on a second. Jude just sent me a text with his lobster roll. Oh my God, it exploded.
That's fascinating for you.
It is. Know when to hold him, know when to fold him, know when to run. Yeah.
Nice.
And Jeff Bezos wants to buy the air we breathe, right?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Good God. Okay. Now, this is kind of old news now. This happened last Wednesday. We do our show on Tuesday. So everybody on the planet, including me, have already discussed this on other channels. But did you see this, Pete?
No.
You haven't?
No, but I'm afraid to.
Well, here's what happened.
Okay.
Trent at Bounding into Comics. So this Lord of the Rings fan site, One Ring.
Yep.
Net, you know of that place.
I do.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Ha 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 ha.
It's code, yes.
Doesn't sound healthy either.
No.
Sounds like you might need to go see a doctor for that.
Oh, and the smell. So,
oh gosh, that was a good one, Zach.
Yaka.
The smell. Yeah, let's go back to the
Lord
article.
of the Rings fan site One Ring described J.R.R. Tolkien as woke. Recent Twitter thread.
No.
So this is just so bizarre how this happens. So they basically, they're gaslighting. Okay, they start this rant out of nowhere. Listen, we've been dealing with homophobic comments for decades, and it's still wrong. Whatever toxic arguments are being said now about LOTR fandom and adaptations is the same trash that said Ian McKellen was the worst affront to Tolkien's legacy ever. #pride.
I'd like a receipt for that, because I want to see where people were saying that about Ian McKellen.
Oh yeah, I seem to recall it's Ian McKellen for Gandalf. Oh yes, they were all excited about it.
Exactly.
That was my reaction.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God, perfect. Like, perfect. I wanted him to play both Gandalf and Dumbledore. I wanted him to be in both. He's that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it starts with that. They follow it up. cogent, respectful debate on Tolkien is always welcome, but homophobic, racist, misogynistic trash is always a case for banning. It's not what Tolkien fandom is, wants, or welcomes. We used to be able to ban in the era of message boards in IRC, but in the era of social media, ... So again, they're not providing any proof of anything.
No.
And they're when here, I'll have to highlight it here because if I click that, it's going to go to when you start doing this, like this is the go-to now. It's almost devaluing what those words mean, because now if you don't like anything, if you like, put down a film or a comic book or a TV show, this is where they go. This is right. They turn to this. Mm-hmm. It's their go-to, which completely devalues the meaning of those words. So then they wrote, the platforms can't keep toxicity out of our community. We can mute and block, but that's only for this account's feed. Twitter is not only a community simply because it lacks anti-troll tools. Nasty people still show up in replies because their toxic friend subtweeted us. So now they mentioned somebody in particular right here.
Okay.
That person would be Gary Beekler. They go on to say, if you still think Ian McKellen is the worst and that
nobody ever did,
Tolkien would never have approved, I beg you to read more of Tolkien's books and letters. He was woke. Stood against hate, embraced all cultures in life and fiction. It's why his books are translated in every language.
It's funny how they call him woke and then they go on to describe anti-woke behavior.
Yeah.
Well, it's how can, oh my God. Okay. They continue. If you think Ian McKellen gets a pass, but whatever Amazon is doing is a disgrace to Tolkien, please think more on your personal bias before tweeting. Our block button is very active. And if you retweet enable toxic voices in the name of free speech, you do not love Tolkien. Finally, they concluded the thread writing, #Pride gives us some of the greatest performances beyond all expectations. And there's a picture of Gandalf. And okay.
Yeah, I don't remember anything but excitement for when he was cast.
Right.
Right.
He's perfect in the role. He is. Yeah. No.
I think the only thing that came close to the excitement for Gandalf was the casting of Christopher Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm trying to find. Oh, it's not in here. So basically what happened was too that Gary got involved in here at some point.
Okay.
And one of these tweets, it's been deleted. So what happened was Gary and just some guy who are probably the two authorities on YouTube for J.R.R. Tolkien. Like,
okay,
they forget more about Lord of the Rings than I know, right?
Sure.
They got involved, and that's where they were saying like, "Oh, your toxic friend is retweeting this and all this kind of stuff." And then there was one where just some guy said something about the reason we're skeptical of the Amazon show is that we just want it to respect the lore. And they wrote back, "Respect the lore is coded language for white supremacy."
Oh, fuck me.
Not even knowing that just some guy is black. Welcome to the stream, Justin Normie. How are you, sir?
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
We can.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Cool.
How are you?
I'm good, man. Good.
We're just in this week-old story here about...
Gotcha. Sorry I'm late, but...
that's okay.
Yeah, man. I have like an hour and 10-minute drive from work, so...
Ooh!
Yikes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I make good money, so I don't care.
So it's worth it, right?
Well,
you catch one on your
podcast. I drive a hybrid. Huh?
How much do you make?
I make between 80 and 90,000.
So.
Creeping
Well,
mother.
he's the one bragging about how much money he makes. I mean, it just kind of begs the question.
Wow.
Well, how much do you
Yeah,
make?
I mean,
He doesn't have to
I'm an Oracle database administrator for the DoD.
Oracle.
Oh.
You should just stop at Oracle. That's hot.
Oracle's evil. Evil. Dude, no, I don't want to rant on here, but go ahead. You guys keep going with what you're doing. So.
Well, I was just going to finish up the rest of
All
the
right,
story
cool.
that John Trent posted.
So respect the lore is code for white supremacy, huh?
Right.
That's what they tweeted that to just some guy who's not white.
You gotta love these people.
And then when they were informed of that fact, they deleted it like idiots.
That's funny.
And this is what happens. I mean, clearly this is all gaslighting. Going back to reading after the first one, right? Do you know anybody in your personal life who does not like Sir Ian McKellen?
I don't know anybody. I didn't even know he was gay. Somebody said something about him being gay, and I'm like, I didn't know he was gay when he played Gandalf. I didn't give a shit. He's just a good actor, period.
Exactly.
When I found out, I went, okay, so what? So what, right?
And
who cares?
Right. So, they're clearly, what they're doing here is they're trying to score virtue points because the hashtag Pride's the dead giveaway.
Well, did you see you see what they did to Loki? They're trying to claim that. Okay. Never mind.
We're getting to that.
That story's in here.
I'm like, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, dude.
So
system.
Again, it goes back to it's one of these arguments again where they can't provide a receipt to back up their claims. Well, look who's back from eating lobster.
Judah!
Rock lobster.
Hey, Judah, will you would you mind sending me a picture of your lobster roll?
Really?
We lost Normie.
Where'd Normie go?
Well, oh, what happened? You booted?
No.
Yeah, somebody
vanished.
I'm not sure who said it, but somebody here decided that exploded lobster roll was code for something. So, whatever sort of dirty pictures you're sending.
Well, basically, the lobster roll that I ate was seriously like 7 pounds of lobster on a Texas toast. Did you see that picture, Keith? Actually, I sent it to you too.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. I got the text message, but I'm live streaming, so I figured I'd read it later.
I will send the picture right now, 6.
Thank you. And then I will post it on Twitter for the whole world to see.
Hold on,
what happened?
I gotta figure out how to use Twitter because I never use Twitter.
Normie, did you lose power or something? If you can hear us, I just sent him a message like, "Come on back." I like
Zach, that's a great idea.
Let's put the part where they say, "quote Ian McKellen was the worst affront to Tolkien's legacy ever," unquote, and use it to cancel them. They hate context, and that's that's using their own tricks against them. Why not?
Exactly. That's a good idea.
It's a great idea. So yeah, they're trying to score virtue points. So moving on. As for Tolkien being woke, one has to wonder what kind of definition of woke is using, because Tolkien is probably the furthest from woke as you can get being a devout Catholic. To elucidate this point, Bishop Robert Barron of the Archdiocese of Los Angeles describes wokeism as an intellectual virus.
Yeah.
While asking if this ideology is the answer to injustice, he provides an excellent definition of what wokeism actually is. He questions, but is this Foucaultian woke philosophy, which holds on to an antagonistic so-called theory which deconstructs language, which denies the objectivity of moral norms, and which sees reality simply as an incessant struggle between oppressor and the oppressed? The answer? Bishop Barron then makes clear his ideology is not the answer, and he actually encourages fighting against it. So, yeah, anyway, blah, blah, blah.
6, what do you think of my fat lobster roll?
Wow.
Okay, Normie's PC is he's rebooting. That's what happened.
Wow, that's a
Gotcha.
hot mess. That is a hot mess. How are you gonna? Yeah,
Look at that.
hot mess.
I got that at Lenny's in Brantford, man. That is a $35 lobster. It's not even a roll. It's basically a 7-pound. 7-pound
Yay!
lobster.
Oh my god!
Wait, hold on. I didn't. You went too fast. I couldn't read it. Wait. Go back.
Wow.
Those are
Zach's with the
special
pile on.
skills.
Hey,
Zach just piles on.
you got to come up to New England and get your lobster rolls, man. They're the best around.
I'll have to eat the. I'm vegan, so I have to eat the fake lobster.
Oh, really? You're vegan?
Yeah.
Yeah, but fish don't have feelings, do they?
Yes, they do. Fish feel pain.
Fish can't cry.
Neither can ferrets.
They have no tear ducts, right?
They have no tear ducts.
Just like Klingons.
Just like Klingons.
Is that true? Alexander cried, didn't he?
Who?
Alexander.
Yeah. The continuity in Star Trek is a thing.
Remember, he was always crying. Every single time they cut to him, he was always going, he was
right.
A little bitchy Klingon kid.
Because they
Alexander, you know, what's that?
They ignored the line in Star Trek 6 where he says, hardly conclusive because Klingons have no tear ducts.
And Star Trek 6 also had the Pepto-Bismol blood for Klingons. And, you know, so like I said, continuity in Star Trek is a thing.
So I thought Klingons had pink blood for a long time, and I loved that.
Yeah.
You know, or purple blood until nope.
That's what he was just saying.
Oh, is that what you were saying?
Pepto-Bismol blood.
Oh, the Pepto-Bismol. Right. That was good CG back from that era too. I remember when it was all like floating and congealing and stuff. That was pretty cool.
So, this Amazon Lord of the Rings show, as we know, the origin of it is that Jeff Bezos went and said, I want a Game of Thrones, right?
Yep.
So they acquire the rights to produce the Lord of the Rings prequel series. And then they start bringing in people from Bad Robot. And they're bringing in like intimacy counselors.
Yes.
People be okay with being nude all the time. Walking
there we
around
go.
all the time.
Here's Normie.
So Normie,
Yeah, I got it on my phone because my damn computer, my laptop that I usually use for this is just being a butthead.
Well, okay.
What is this? Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't have an icon. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Welcome back. I thought it was me. I came in and all of a sudden you left. I was like, damn it. This happens all the time. Every time I come
back.
Ah, damn it, it's Jude. Goodbye.
I walk into a room and people just leave. You should see when at work when I walk into the lunchroom, everybody's like, "Oh, we're done."
Is that exit? Is that exit preceded by what's that smell?
Right?
Right. What's that musky? Smells like ferret shit.
Like ferret. Ooh, that is a funk.
Hey, it's horrible. You gotta work with women. I'm the only guy in my entire office. So
wow.
Right?
Any openings over there?
Oh, wonderful. It's doing updates. That's why it's freaking out. God damn fucking Microsoft.
Hey, watch your fucking language in here, Normie.
You know what? Nothing.
Hey, if you're gonna complain, I'd say go use a Mac, but you probably go back to PC.
Oh my god!
I used to be an IT manager, man. I used to get rid of the freaking the iPads and the iPhones and stuff because people break them.
Yep.
Because they're not yours, and then you got to turn around and spend $1,000.
Oh
my
or
god!
More.
Way overpriced.
Like, no. Yeah.
Overpriced garbage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. When it's made on pennies on the dollar in the sweatshops in China.
Oh, it's okay. They put nets now to catch the people jumping out of the windows.
Oh, do they?
Problem solved.
Oh, God. Or they just send them to the camps for re-education.
Hey, Apple's got it handled. What are you worried about?
Exactly, man. Shit. Why don't they just be a dumbass like Bezos and go up on his rocket? Maybe he'll die or something.
He probably will. probably,
dude. I'll be like, oh man, dude, you know there's gonna be wagers on that.
Did anybody even watch the conference? I mean, I know people used to watch the Apple conference, but I don't care anymore. I just don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I never used Apple products, dude. They're too fucking expensive. I could never afford it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jude and I are in production. Pete too. We're all in production for years. Apple was the way to go, and not
the only way to go for it. Yeah.
But it's so funny, you know. Back in the day, you used to think that they were the most innovative company, and now it's like surprise everybody, and you're like, dude, Android's been doing that shit fucking like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
I know. And
we have fingerprint sensors. Yeah, that's 10 years old.
Yeah,
and then they got these loyalists, dude, that just oh my god. The new thing, they just changed one little thing. We gotta go out and buy it.
It's blue now.
I like how they camp out. They camp out overnight for the new phones and whatnot.
You're horrible, dude. It's almost getting to the point of like Tesla people. You know?
It's a cult. It's a cult.
I know. Dude, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm granted that's my next car because I drive a hybrid now. So
well, the funny thing about Tesla, and some guy was actually complaining, is that everything in the car is electronic. You can't even open the fucking car door unless you push a button and it unlocks the door. Yeah. So the guy said if something breaks on the car, like if something goes haywire with the electricity, you can't get in your fucking car.
Yeah.
You push a button to have the door open up, and you push a button to get out.
Like my car, that's a hybrid. Mine's all electronic too. It's a Hyundai Ioniq. It's a hybrid.
I don't know. I'm all about. I don't know. Like for instance, I do audio once in a while, and a lot of these new places that I go into, venues, they'll update their boards into these like tablets, where all of a sudden all the audio is controlled in a rack, and you control the whole entire audio in the house through a fucking tablet. Yeah. So I'm sitting there like, all right. So I'm doing a gig, right? The band goes on, they're playing. All of a sudden, the mic's all fucking shut off. Okay, everything's off, and I'm sitting there. The fucking laptop or the tablet lost sync to the rack. The rack is like in a closet behind the venue. So I didn't even have the key to get into it. So I said to myself, "Well, fuck this. It's not my fault." So analog all the way.
Language.
Analog all the way, dude. You know.
No, right. No, you know what? I might work in IT, but dude, I am so sick of fucking computer shit. I really am, dude.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm so fed up with it.
I am too.
Yeah.
Oh, they hired writers, Mr. Lundell. They hired him from Bad Robot. So,
so it's quality.
Anyway, let's go back to life
this.
here.
So, they're bringing in these intimacy counselors for help you with your on-air nudity and whatnot. And they're clearly. Really? I always thought it was funny that like Game of Thrones was like a Lord of the Rings knockoff, and now Bezos wants a Game of Thrones, so he gets Lord of the Rings to do a Game of Thrones knockoff. It's kind of this circle jerk kind of thing.
This is me off. He's got fucking Stargate now.
Yeah, I know.
After what they done the last season of The Expanse. Dude.
Amazon's gonna run the world. So a petition has been created to keep nudity out of Lord of the Rings series. Change.org petition was created by Catholic Memes and is directed at Amazon Prime and Lord of the Rings director J.A. Bayona.
Who's that?
J.A. Bayona directed the Jurassic World Kingdom. What is that called? The last Jurassic World that was like unwatchably bad.
Didn't Gary Nerdrotic say that this show is supposed to cost something like a lot of like
almost $500 million?
$500 million.
Yep.
Dollars. Dude, I mean, dude, Jupiter's Legacy was $200 million for 8 episodes.
Yep.
What the fuck did they spend money on? The CGI? I don't get it, dude.
It's almost like they're overpaying for these things. It's kind of a
right. I just
it's almost like overpaying for an athlete.
I just don't get it. Okay, look, and I've stated this in a lot of my other stuff, and all that. But the thing is look at like Deadpool, look at Joker, look at What's that other movie? They all made them between $50 to $70 million. Oh, look at Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was made for $77 million.
Yep.
They had better CGI in there than the movies with freaking budgets of $200 and $400 million.
Yep.
What's up, dude? I'm like, okay, so what's going on? And then you get people that did a better job than the Mandalorian did. How much did they spend on getting Luke on that? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or did the Luke, parody or whatever the fuck they did? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell?
They
I
are.
get it.
Rocky IV is coming back. Oh, that's cool.
No, we don't want Rocky.
All right.
Well, I guess with the Luke stuff, if I'm not mistaken, they had to do it in secret and they had to do it basically overnight.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want the Kathleen Kennedy camp to find out that Luke was coming back.
You're right. But what I'm talking about is there are people that did a better rendition of it than those that are supposed to be, the all-knowing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I've seen. I think something came out today on my Yahoo feed. Somebody fixed Data's de-aging from Picard, and it looks just like him.
Oh,
well, I remember back in the mid 2000s, Darren Doctorman, who was the special effects supervisor on the Robert Wise recut of Star Trek: The Motion Picture, did his own updates of episodes like Doomsday Machine, and it looked way better than CBS Digital's, version later on. So, the thing is when you're dealing with,
I just don't get it. I just don't. And look at Nerdrotic. He's worked in editing and stuff like that. So he knows what he's talking about and stuff. But
well,
it's like,
the difference is when you have these large production houses, they're under deadline. Right. Guy sitting at home on a computer can take as much time as he wants.
But how long?
They've got other projects too. They've got to do other things. They aren't just working X, Y, Z.
I know, but it still doesn't cost that much, dude. Come on.
Well, you're dealing with unions. You're dealing with overhead. You got people, the above the line stuff.
You're just making excuses for them, GeekTime.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm in production. I know how it works. And the producers are
fine, man.
What the producers take it off the top.
Right.
It's all going to the people at the top.
Well, here's the thing. I've edited a bunch of projects. I'm in production as well, and whatever works for us. And and this is the way, like when you edit something and it makes sense, and you're like, well, this is why I made these edits, right? Anytime you send it to the client, they're like, yeah, we don't really like that. Can we change it back, or can we do this? And you're like, yeah, but that sounds like shit, or it ruins the flow of something. And they're like, yeah, we're the client, we don't care.
That's who they're making. That's who they are. They're like, they'll make changes right up to the wire, and that's part of it.
Right. And it gets aggravating because as an editor, because you've done this for a long time, what works and what doesn't work, but it doesn't matter. The person footing the bill wants what they want. And so then you're sort of like, fuck. Like, all right, well, it's my name on it, but now, obviously I'm not making the decisions because I'm hired to do the job. So that's probably a lot of what happens with these studios. The people who were all in the productions definitely know shit, but they're not driving. They're not driving,
No, I totally understand that, but dude, there's no reason to spend, like Jupiter's Legacy paid $200 million for that fucking show.
Netflix was paid what, $400 million for 2 Knives Out sequels.
Yeah, give me
that's insane. Why? For Knives Out?
Are they both going to have Ryan Johnson? Does he come with it?
Oh yeah.
I
mean, it was a good movie, but I mean, it wasn't.
I've got to wonder if it's just. I wonder if it's just straight up money laundering at this point. Serious, dude.
Well,
because it makes no sense.
Well, I look at it like with sports. When you have a free agent player who's decent to good, it's a bidding war. It's just it's a bidding war, and these Hollywood studios are desperate. They want their streaming service to be the king, right? So they're willing to pay ridiculous amounts of money to secure these properties that they think is going to make them the king. They're chasing. It's kind of funny though, and I tell this story a lot on here, that a friend of ours went in 2007. He wrote a book called Television 3.0, and it was about what's happening now. and he went to the Academy of Film and Television, and he told them the future is going to be using the internet to make a la carte programming, blah, blah, and they laughed him out of the room. They thought he was insane. And here they are, what is this, 14 years later, chasing their tails around, right? Trying to figure out how to do this. It's crazy.
Just kind of like, I mentioned Tesla earlier, but you look at a lot of things that like what Elon Musk is doing, and they're all saying, oh, well, we can do it. Look at what he's doing, dude, with Starship, with the Boring Company, with the satellites in orbit that he's making a new internet and stuff like that, even though we all know this stuff is made for Mars, really, and stuff like that, too. And, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you got people that, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have a lot of money and stuff like that. But if you look at like Robert Burnett, he's an indie developer and producer and stuff like that. Dude, I might not like some of it, but some of the stuff that he comes out with is pretty good stuff. And it's not high end and stuff. I'm sure his stuff that he makes is maybe between maybe $2 to $5 million a piece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm probably being very conservative in that, but you know what I'm saying? It's so.
Right, but when you're looking at these huge IPs that are blockbuster tentpole IPs, you're gonna pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
What I don't get is that they buy it and then wreck it.
Right?
Back to this. Token's work is their claim on here. Token's work is truly wholesome and packed with incredible Christian symbolism. He was a devout Catholic, and his memory does not need to be stained with gratuitous nudity or even nudity in the slightest.
Right.
Token's creations have always been mostly family friendly. Keep it that way, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, my question is what are they getting out of it by trying to make it like Game of Thrones? I mean, for what? For a different type of viewership, a different type of crowd?
Game of Thrones was an absolute monster for HBO. I mean, that's all they're trying to do is they're just trying to get some of that sweet Game of Thrones cash.
It was.
Yeah, but it was. But if you read any of the books were just as bloody. J.R. Tolkien's books weren't based on blood. It was more of a wholesome adventure story in some way, good versus evil. I mean, I read The Hobbit and I read the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I never ever thought of, when I was reading them as a kid, I never thought of like things being decapitated and blood spurting all over the place. And I mean, it's just ridiculous why you'd want to change something. That's like making Harry Potter fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Too, like George.
Harry Potter starts fucking
Lord of the
bodies
Rings
are exploding, fucking blood all over them.
Like Game of Thrones and stuff like that. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. So
I thought Game of Thrones was good for the way the show was as far as blood and stuff. There was a lot of good, killings in it. A lot of good revenge killings. When Ramsay got eaten by his own dogs, and
that was cool.
There was definitely some creative fucking revenge killings, but we don't need that in Lord of the Rings.
No, because that's not what this is all about, though.
Right. A lot of the budget does go to marketing, especially on films.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Do you think that it's kind of? Do you think that it's just? Do you just think that it's just? What's behind them going with $500 million in paying for that? Is it just
bidding war? Bidding war.
Yes.
Bidding war. Yep. Yes. If they don't do it, Apple's going to grab it, or somebody else is going to grab it. So, thank you, Another Monster. Appreciate that. Let's move on, shall we?
I just had one comment I wanted to make about that article. I prefer when a book is being adapted into a movie or TV show, I prefer it to stay within the same rating as the original source material. I don't want to see sex and nudity in Star Wars. I don't want to see sex and nudity in Harry Potter, and I don't want to see it in Lord of the Rings. Now, if it was something like I don't know, I'm trying to think of a naughty book. I got nothing. I'll say like a romance novel. Then go ahead and put the boobs and the dicks in there, and because that's where a lot of your fan base is coming from. They're coming from that point of view.
Right.
May as well throw into the movie too.
Well, no one would want the opposite done. No one would want to read something that's really, like Conan. Imagine watching Conan, any of the Conan books or stories or anything where it's just like PG.
Right.
You can't go one way or the other. Once like you said, stay to the story, adapt it the way people want to watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Man.
And then they're pretty hypocritical because they're all hypocritical too, because they're all like, oh, well, we got to have sex. I don't know, people how to do certain things and stuff. And then you're being prudes about gender fluid, this and that, and transgenders and all that. And I'm like, okay, it's the same argument about them. Oh, well, we got to do something about guns. We're going to take guns out of the
I mean, Jesus, Kissed at a disco album.
Right?
Whatever serves them.
Don't change it. Keith, that was one of your favorites, right?
Oh, yeah, it's great. So Netflix cancels Jupiter's Legacy. This is crazy. Did you guys see this? I mean, I didn't watch it.
Yes, I did. I watched it. I loved it.
I heard it was pretty good. I heard it was kind of on the boys kind of level.
Yes and no. And stuff. I think they were pretty inventive in the way that they went and stuff. They had two timelines going at the same time, telling the backstory of everything while doing present day.
Okay.
And all that stuff. And I think a lot of people tuned out because of the time period, the 1930s, which is not a very happy time. Yeah, and all that. And so, and I think it was slow. And I think that's what was the problem with a lot of people watching it.
Well,
I had this on my watch. I'm sorry, Keith.
No, go ahead, Six.
I had this show on my watch list, and then 2 days later, I found out it was canceled. So then, just
what's crazy? This is another example. They backed up the money truck to Mark Millar and bought all his properties. Right? They want to adapt everything he's done, except for Kick-Ass, which is already done. So they're 8 episodes into the first one, and they bag out already. It doesn't make much sense to me, and I know it was super expensive to produce this show. Like super, super expensive.
Well, it's not number one out of the gate. Fuck it.
I'm always curious, and I hate to say this, but I feel that Netflix has too much in production now. That when there's too much going on, there's too many original Netflix shows. A lot of shows get drowned out, meaning that if there was only a few or a couple, maybe people would adhere to watching one. You know what I mean? I know Keith doesn't have Netflix, but I don't know if the rest of you agree, because I go on Netflix and there's just too much to watch. I don't get the problem.
The biggest problem they made, and it's the binge thing. They put out all the episodes at once.
Right? That too.
And that doesn't work because as Gary put it on Friday Night Tights this week, it's a fart in the wind. As your point being made, Jude, it gets lost in the shuffle. It's just a digital wasteland.
Right.
If it was weekly, like the other streaming services do, it would give you a reason to keep coming back. And it would generate hype. People would talk about each episode every week, right? And try to figure out what's going on and what's going to happen. And when you just drop them all, a lot of people, like Six, you put it in your watch list, it could sit there forever.
Right.
So nobody's really watching it all at the same time by doing that. And that's their mistake. And Netflix should learn from this. And maybe with the next one, which is Super Crooks or whatever, Super Crooks, they should fix that problem and release them weekly.
Yeah. Well, I could have maybe a half an hour to where I want to sit down and watch something on television. And I'll spend 20 minutes looking for something on Prime, on Netflix, on Disney Plus. And then it's like, well, what's the point? I may as well just start Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I've seen 1 billion times.
Absolutely.
And then I could just, I don't have to focus on it. Because then all my TV time is done.
I do the same thing with Star Trek. Since everything Star Trek is on Netflix, it's like my go-to. If I'm just like, oh, fuck this, I'll just watch Star Trek. So
it reminds me of the days when I used to go into a video store and just walk around in circles looking at all the boxes and then go, it's too late now to watch anything and go home.
I'm back.
Never rent anything.
Welcome back.
So yeah, it's crazy. It feels like I just heard about that show like what 2-3 months ago, and now it's already canceled.
They didn't even advertise it. And so I didn't even know about it. And so it actually popped on my Netflix and said, hey, reminder to watch this. And it was like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
That's a good example. Windsor brings up a good example. Early cancellations is a risk when watching a show. I used to want to watch Swamp Thing, but waited. Now I can watch the entire series in a weekend. Right? Swamp Thing, I think they canceled it after the first episode, right? Like one episode.
If not the first episode, damn close to it.
Now that's only exclusive to the DC channel?
Well, DC Universe is now part of HBO Max.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And Netflix is turning into the streaming of fucking sci-fi. The way they cancel shit.
Yeah, it really is.
Because I still want to see Doom Patrol. My brother loves the show. He says it's brilliant. But I don't know if anybody here has seen Doom Patrol.
No.
I've heard
things about it. Wasn't interesting at all.
What was that, 6? I'm sorry.
Isn't that a cartoon, Doom Patrol?
No, it's a DC comic adaptation, live action.
Oh, okay.
It's like a very I wouldn't say obscure comic, but it's a very unique comic book. The characters are the heroes, if you want to call them here. I guess they're heroes. They're like a gallery of weirdos. Some weird superheroes.
Maybe
I think
is there something called Paw Patrol? It's a cartoon. Is
Paw
that what
Patrol.
Slightly different.
Did you say Paw Patrol? Did you say Paw Patrol?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Now, Doom Patrol is an Alan Moore comic, right?
No.
It's not Alan Moore, Doom Patrol?
Paul Kupperberg did Doom Patrol.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
I didn't know that. Nice.
Yep. Who's your favorite pup on Paw Patrol 6?
Oh God.
Oh, I have no idea. That's something that I've heard.
Keith does. Keith has a favorite.
That's probably where I heard it.
Paw Patrol. My daughter used to love that show.
That's probably why I heard it.
Yeah, probably.
And now
where you probably heard it was last year. The whole defund the police thing. They wanted the cop pup chase taken off.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Can't have a police officer.
Yeah, where do you think them there?
Yeah, Jacob, I dumped Netflix myself because I don't have time to watch it, and because it's a digital wasteland. I'll probably turn it back on for the He-Man because I'll probably want to look at that and give it a review.
You want Kevin Smith's He-Man?
Yeah, I think every review we should cry, and be like, "Oh my god,
I don't know." He's out of his element. He can't do fart jokes and pussy jokes in this.
I Titans was hot trash.
I didn't even watch it.
It's bad.
Titans wasn't that bad. I liked the first season. It was.
I watched the first episode. I'm like, this is awful. I hated it.
I didn't mind it.
CW bad. Superman to the rescue.
Holy shit! Is that Seth Rogen?
Holy shit! Is that Dean Cain?
Yeah.
Is that Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
No.
Jesus, man. How much weight did he lose?
That's Seth Rogen, and that's Dean Cain.
He went on the Kevin Smith diet.
He did. Well, they hang around.
Is that what he did?
No, that was a joke.
They
look over in that photo and scroll up. It's like a different person.
Yeah.
No, I'm guessing he did because him and Kevin Smith are tight. So yeah.
Jesus.
So Rogan basically said that comedians deserve to be canceled. That everything they've ever said is, is on them, and they says here certain jokes for sure that have not aged well. Make people uncomfortable. He called it consequence culture. I think he called it.
Yes.
Consequence culture. I gotta Google that.
First of all,
what really
Seth
is
Rogen,
consequence culture?
Seth Rogen should not be talking about comedy at all because the guy's about as funny as a stub toe. He says here it is: if you've made a joke that's aged terribly, accept it. If you don't think it's aged terribly, then say that. Anyway, he's taken the safe side of the argument, unlike Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr and people like that who are just like. So Dean Cain jumps in somewhere in here. Here it is. I I think Seth's dead wrong. I've got to agree with Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, 100%. There's no question about it. So the cancel culture is a toxic. Basically, you have Seth Rogen taking like what LeVar Burton said. You know what I mean? Just saying that cancel culture is a good thing. It just holds people accountable, and that's they're basically in favor of censorship and canceling people for having an opinion that might differ from their own. So Seth Rogen's a pill anyway.
Yeah. About as funny as a stubbed toe, you said?
What's that?
About as funny as a stubbed toe? Is that what you said?
All I could think of at the time. Something that, it's not
I just don't remember the last thing he's been in. What is the last show or comedy
anything he's been in?
Oh, he's doing a reboot of the Ninja Turtles.
Oh God. I know he sells his own weed now because I get advertisements for it. Can't tell you why on Instagram. So
Glinzer's right. Rogan's 100% right. He deserves to be canceled.
Yep.
If you're gonna call the kettle black, right?
Yeah, you have to have done or said the thing you've been canceled over for it to be a consequence. Right? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to that other thing where the OneRing.net with all that the phobe, the standard go-to if you don't like what somebody says or does, you just go right to that one, pull that one out.
Yep.
But Six sent me this one today. Wait a minute, this is fresh. This is today. This came out. So we have breaking news.
I happen to love that, by the way.
He does like. Do you like that?
Dateline Hollywood.
The official Star Trek Twitter claims they will remove hate speech.
I'm sorry, Vulcans should not have fucking beards. Case closed.
Employs Will Wheaton and Marina Sirtis.
Just don't even get me started on those two.
Let's slowly dissect this. This comes to us from John Trent at Bounding into Comics. Okay. Today, this is what Star Trek posted.
Dude, what?
They posted Star Trek universe is a safe community for all. They included an image that reads infinite diversity and infinite combinations, which was something Gene Roddenberry came up with 55 years ago. It then reiterates the Star Trek universe is a safe community for all. No argument there. We welcome passionate and thoughtful conversations about the Star Trek universe. We will not tolerate and will remove any racist, misogynistic, transphobic, ableist, and homophobic comments or hate speech. So again, they go right to the labels.
Yep.
Which means Star Trek Discovery sucks. Go on.
Yep.
Do us a
I
favor.
don't really dig Star Trek Discovery. Hater.
Whatever you make of the post, it appears that Viacom CBS, the company behind Star Trek, does not actually believe in their own message, given that they employ Will Wheaton as well as Marina Sirtis.
Back in the throat.
Wheaton, who first appeared in Star Trek The Next Generation, recently posted The Ready Room, a YouTube show on the then CBS All Access YouTube channel recapping episodes of Star Trek Picard, which is hot trash. Wheaton clearly expressed his hatred when he declared white people are the domestic terrorist insurgents and that he does not want a unified United States just a few short months ago in January.
Oh, well. Don't go back to the academy.
Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley.
Any idea if Wesley is not originally U.S. but Canadian? Because most actors are Canadian.
I think he is Canadian.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that would explain a lot. You got to throw this stuff in their faces and stuff like that. You know, like Shatner goes, "I can't vote. I'm a Canadian citizen."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go. People needed to start going, are you even an American that can even vote? So maybe you shouldn't even have.
You want to look that up? Somebody look that up. I'm pretty sure he is Canadian. He posted to Facebook, make no mistake, these domestic terrorist insurgents were allowed to storm and occupy the Capitol. There is extensive video of police stepping aside to let them pass. I've seen video of a cop taking a selfie with a rioter inside the building.
No, he's American.
Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley.
He continued, compared today's behavior by law enforcement in the state to their behavior in the summer during peaceful civil rights protests, burning cities to the ground, and is undeniable that today's violence and chaos was permitted and encouraged by choice.
Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley.
The point really is, Keith, he doesn't have a career, so he has to say stuff like that.
This was a decision. This was allowed and encouraged to happen to people.
I mean, what does he do?
He's like a talk show host. He does these
Nobody
shows
likes
on
him
YouTube.
anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a little weenie NPC.
I mean, who wants to bring Will Wheaton to your party? Nobody.
No.
He basically admits he's the Antifa. So, yeah.
He's the party guest.
Yeah. He's a drowned out voice at this point because who cares if you're a celebrity? At this point, you're not a celebrity. You're just kind of washed up.
So from GeekTime TV to you, Will Wheaton.
Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley.
And he might want to get an arm to put those tattoos on too.
He's got tattoos? Come on, man. Don't do that.
Look at him.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What's wrong with his tattoos?
Wheaton called millions of Americans fascists.
Hello Kitty, man.
Is that what that was? I didn't see that.
Look at this.
It's like when your grandmother gets a tattoo. You're just like, don't do it. Just you know. Just...
He looks like a 12-year-old getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
Well, he's getting his vax right there, but in early April, he posted Schittler wants his MAGA chuds to boycott MLB, and I'm like, okay, do MLS and NHL next. Like, this guy just shut the fuck up. Oh God, he's demented. But then Marina Sirtis is just as demented. This brainlet right here. Another nice lady.
They're all so irrelevant. They got to get
really
themselves
are.
in the movies.
Yeah, the more noise they make, the more the more work people like us are going to talk about them. So therefore, they can feel relevant.
Right.
So
exactly.
Back when our friends in Texas had the problem with the weather, and many of them had no power or food or anything for over a week, she went on Twitter and said, "Don't get me wrong, my heart bleeds for what Texans are going through right now, but the mean girl in me, whenever there's comma but, that's not a good thing. But the mean girl in me says you get the government you deserve, and they have voted Republican across the board for the last 20 years. She's a fucking genius. So these are the people that they've hired to police their
and yet
peaceful Twitter account.
You know what's funny about that, Geek Time? In California, here in the wonderful socialist state of California, where all these idiots live like me and stuff, we have rolling blackouts under freaking.
I know. I'm out there all the time.
Yep. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, Mr. Londell lives in Texas, and I'm sure he appreciated Marina Sirtis' comments quite a bit.
It's kind of like, what have the liberals been doing that has been driving this state that allegedly is the 6th or 8th largest in the world? Yet we have third world country roads and infrastructure that's falling apart.
Infrastructure's a mess. Yep.
Oh God, yes.
MLS is Major League Soccer 6.
Hi, Bubba. How you doing?
Thank you.
Whoever's cat that was, my dog just heard it.
Was it mine?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I should have
a cattle dog
talking about Lord of the Rings. So her name is Arwen.
I have
oh, really? That's cool.
And he's got ears that could get HBO.
Yeah, but Glinzer, you're right about that, but they're oppressed. Remember that. They're oppressed.
Yes, very oppressed.
Can I just interrupt and say, Glinzer, I really enjoy your comments.
He's funny. He was on
very
fire last week.
Yeah. You're hilarious, and you really add a lot to chats that I see you in. So I'm a fan of yours. And also, if everyone could like the stream and subscribe to GeekTime TV, it'd be awesome.
Thank you. So this is hilarious.
Oh, this was brilliant.
Wait, let me read this again. Marvel unveils female Filipino college student.
But that's not where the joke is.
The joke is coming. The joke.
Okay,
is
I kind of get it in the title a little bit.
No.
How do you say that?
Where this never happens. What's that?
Are kids gonna know how to say that name?
Oh yes, they don't need to say that name because it means something.
Okay.
So this is, how they've had this series, the United States of Captain America, and every month we're introduced to some variation of the Captain America, right? And I guess like Sam and Cap or Sam and Steve are going cross country and they're running into these. I don't know what would you call them?
Are you talking about Winter Soldier?
No, I'm talking about the comic book.
Oh,
the comic book, The United States of Captain America. It's a mini series. There's 5, I think, and this is 4 of 5. So they keep encountering they meet a new character who's like paying homage to Cap or something like that.
Oh.
So this is their newest one. This is which again, the cover has a much cooler costume, right? I will say this much. It's the best of the 4 that we've seen. I like the retro shield, the retro look of the whole thing. The stereotypical Asian COVID mask thing. Okay. But
I gotta ask Six a question. Female superheroes with skirts. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. So I was curious about that. But aren't you
I can go to war in a skirt. The shorter, the better, because then it doesn't, restrict the kicking.
Okay.
I'm totally with you, Six, for different reason, but the shorter the better.
I didn't know if like Daisy Dukes was probably a better thing, something that you're not gonna rip anything.
Well, but not jean material. You need to have a little stretch. Stretchy jeans are terrible, but some other type of material for stretch. Yeah, I'm down with that. Oh, yoga pants. Yes, I'm not wearing scrubs. I'm wearing yoga pants.
There you go. So the first one was the homeless guy who lived under the tracks. The second one was that social justice warrior chick. And then the third one was the Native American guy. And now we have this. Well, this one, I don't know who did their homework on this. Yellow Flash did a great video on this. And he says, and maybe it's in here, that Filipinos, a lot of times when they meet Americans, say, oh, here's a great word. We'll teach you one of our words. And they teach them something dirty. And then watch the Americans go around and say it and laugh. And I think that might be what happened here. So their character's name is Ariel Agbayani. Ari for short. Well, oops. This comes from Oz. It's so great to see that Marvel finally gave my people, the Filipinos, such awesome representation with a character whose name translates to ball sack. Keep on trucking, Marvel.
Awesome, man.
I'd say it's not even just mispronunciation. It's also a combination of words.
What the hell? They stole my idea.
This could have been prevented if they didn't call her Ari, considering her full name is actually Ariel, apparently. It doesn't help that Ari has multiple translations. It can mean either genital or property/possession, so it ain't good regardless.
Wow.
Here's the one. So this guy says, Filipinos do this as a joke. When an English speaker wants to learn a new Filipino word, we often give them a pervy word to start out with out of mischievousness.
Mischievousness. None of us can say it, so just pick a pronunciation and go with it.
Moving on, Marvel probably asked for a Phil-Am name, and a Filipino joking would give a pervy name. Now that person is laughing out loud. Yes, it's true. That's translation because the creators are absolute idiots who stereotype the hell out of people.
That's awesome.
I've gotten hundreds of responses, some harassing me for the name, some thinking I created them because I tweeted about her. I can't imagine what your mentions look like. This character looks great. I'm excited to see Ariel debut in September. Yeah, it's kind of typical whitewashing. We don't want to be seen as Americans. We want to be Filipinos, okay? And the Philippine X is cringy. It's like saying I don't want to be Filipino, so drop the Phil-Am thing instead. They're just killing these Filipino people are killing Marvel.
Nice.
I know. As a native speaker, I don't remember using the word up till now. We just say whatever that.
Which word was that?
I'm sorry.
What word was that?
It's Ari. A-R-I means like genitals.
Filipino? In Philippines?
In Philippines. Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Also, May Ari means owner, but Ari alone is polite slang for genitals. It's like saying that pet in your pants. I'm surprised you don't know that.
You know, you're talking about
That's
the
hilarious.
Filipinos and the Asians and all that stuff that they're making a big stink about. I just, on the way to work this morning, I heard a commercial. If you have been abused or, what is it, assaulted for being Asian, please call this number. And I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Yep. So, this is Captain.
Oops, sorry.
Captain.
Nice.
Captain Meow. Once again, Marvel, the house of ideas. But wait, there's more.
Is there more?
Oh, there's better.
It gets better than
Captain Ballsack. Yeah.
You sound like some Captain Ballsack.
Number 5 might be Disabled Captain America. Yeah.
What is this comic?
Yeah,
I'll be 90 years old, and that's going to be funny.
You'll be what?
Captain Ballsack.
Captain Ballsack. Right on cue, Captain Ballsack.
Edson's here.
Dude,
What's up,
check this
Edson?
out. One of my coworkers, she's female. Freaking her husband's stepmother gave him ball wash.
What is that?
For his birthday as a gag.
Ball wash?
Ball wash.
Is
What's
that
ball
like
wash?
is that
In
like
your
a
balls.
device, a machine, or like a liquid?
No, your balls and dick. Ball wash.
Is it a special?
I'm sorry, what was it? Say it one more time.
I don't know. Just like, what the fuck?
Maybe I should leave again.
Say it one more time.
I'm sorry. I keep
Just
freaking
say it one more
doing
time, ball wash.
You're like, the hell with that freaking just a normie. He can't keep shit straight.
Edson, what's going on? How was the movie?
Great. It was really good.
Oh, you saw a Quiet Place too?
Yep. Really
Was it better
cool.
than the first one?
I think it's about the same.
Okay.
It was a different.
Are they seamless movies? Can you watch them back to back and it would make sense?
Actually, I think the way they were done is exactly how I think it should be.
Good.
And it was a pretty relatively short movie compared to what we see today. It was only like an hour and 40 minutes maybe. And if you put the first two together, it's almost like the perfect
like one movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a 3 hour.
I like that. I like when movies do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I ask Edson a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Can be good.
So, come on, Normie, this is our first time on a live stream together, and I watch your show. I subscribe to you. I'm a fan.
Do you? Awesome.
Yes.
That can't be
Yes,
good.
I do.
I would
Edson,
unsub from just a normie. That guy.
No, I like your content. I really do.
Thank you. Appreciate
Edson, you a few weeks ago you said that you changed your name to Delta 6 to try to inspire yourself to work on your book, and I was just wondering how that's going.
Probably a few weeks ago. It's going a lot better than it did.
Is it working?
Yes, it is. I mean, real
Okay,
life
good.
still gets in the way a little bit, but at least now instead of sitting there and going at the end of the day, oh, let me just sit down and watch and just flip through streaming channels. I don't do that as much. Instead, I'm more inclined to add to the writing. So it did help.
Oh, good.
It is
Okay.
helpful. Yep.
Yeah,
I've been meaning to ask you that for a long time.
No, that's okay. Good. Thank you.
What do you write, Normie?
I'm writing. Well, I had
Tech
a
porn?
white paper. Huh?
Oh,
What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Tech porn. Wait, I gotta think about this.
Porn of all. What? How's that work?
Max Headroom.
I love that
You're the
show.
one writing the white
He
paper
stuttered
on it,
for a
isn't he?
reason, okay,
That's a
people?
good
He
show,
stuttered
yeah.
for a
That
reason.
was a good show, dude. I love the actor behind him too.
Matt Frewer.
Oh, yeah, he's such a good actor. Doesn't do enough.
That was ahead of its time too. That was really a cool little
Yeah.
character.
I know, yeah, totally. Oh, but I wrote a white paper about 4 years ago. It's I submitted it to the Obama administration and the Trump administration on the Middle East, and I think they used some of it. Not too sure though, but they got back to me on it and stuff. But I'm writing a sci-fi book, and I'm about 150 pages into it. So, yeah.
Wow.
Now, let me ask you two a question, Delta and Just. Would you self-publish this on Amazon, or would you actually want to get it out to like a publishing house and have a real editor? And how far, or are you just going to kickstart it?
I don't know what I want to do with it, to be honest. And stuff. I'm writing that. I'm also writing a game document for a buddy of mine that's putting together a team for an MMO and stuff. And then I'm also writing a book based on that game too as well. So, but on the self-published, I don't know what I want to do yet with it.
Yeah, because there's so many options now. You know, I'm always curious to know what writers.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
about.
I'm not a writer. I like to write and stuff. I've got two. I have two papers published. One that's classified, and the other one is not.
Ooh, it's not on UFOs, is it?
No. It's on Iran and nuclear proliferation and stuff like that. That's all it is. Yeah.
So it's published, but nobody can read it.
Nobody can read it. Yeah.
So it's not some like alien abduction thing that happened in the middle of the night. Damn.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So.
While we're on the
yeah,
topic of writing,
I don't know. I love to write though, but the thing is
Me too.
I need to get back into it and stuff like that because and the thing is I don't want to go off on tangent here, but the way I write is I write in pieces and stuff, and I'll like write in like the technology here or what's going on here or there, and then I'll put it together. You know what I'm saying and stuff. So. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of writing, our friend Jason Norway just sent me something stunningly bad.
Is it
Breaking
porn?
news.
Porn.
I have to share this with you. This is incredibly bad.
What is it? Huh?
Jace just sent this. This is from a new Captain Marvel issue from
boobs and stuff.
He said, "Read the dialogue." So
It's got
here we
boobs.
go. Jace, if you're still
She allowed to?
thank you for sending this.
Hi, Herb. What
Hi,
can
Herb.
we do
What
for
can we do
you?
for you?
What can we? Oh boy.
We?
Here we go.
Coward.
We
Whoever that is, that Spider Woman or something.
Wait.
Climbing
I
a
feel like
building in heels.
did we miss a frame here?
I know. How did it go from?
How do you read this comic?
Oh.
I can't follow.
No.
So let me zoom it back out.
Yeah, but it doesn't
More
make
panels.
sense. Like, are we missing it? We got to get the other page.
Yeah,
like, what's going on here?
So, hi Herb, what can we do for you? I want to zoom it up so you guys can see it. That's why.
Oh, maybe she was supposed to be there with whoever that is.
Yeah, that's supposed to be.
Oh, maybe that chick.
She's like coward not to confront them or something.
Right. What can I do for you, Herb? Just wanted to say that I still think you're great. I mean, with the whole feminist thing, dominant woman thing, all of it super hot. Great. You've got my number. Look at it's
What
Daniel
the-
Dibblesmith self-insert. Absolutely.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
So
She's so flattered.
yeah.
This is a superhero comic.
Crap.
It's superhero.
Maybe she has diarrhea and she's just holding it in and I don't
This
know.
is a
Trying to
superhero
hold it back.
comic.
Yeah, she's trying to hold back a big shit and she's just like absolutely.
I mean, first of all, look how lazy the art is. 3
Yeah.
of the panels are blank, and there's a
Yeah,
building and a
but-
tree in the 4th one.
Yeah, but it is lazy. But the thing is Captain Marvel actually looks better than Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Down
Dude,
here in
this one
bottom
has
panel,
a figure. She has a figure.
like,
She's got boobs and she's ripped.
who's the woman that plays Leslie Knope on Parks and Rec? What's her name? Amy. What's her name from Saturday Night Live?
Amy Poehler?
Amy Poehler. She looks like Amy Poehler in this bottom panel, doesn't she? A little bit.
Nice.
Who's
Yeah,
Amy Poehler?
and-
Oh, is she
and-
from?
and she has
Saturday
more
Night Live?
emotions. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Jace, for sending that. Holy crap. But wait, there's more. This comes to us from Six. Amelia.
What?
Oh,
What
yeah.
in the fresh hell is this?
There, I knew it was coming sooner or later.
What?
Yeah.
So she's only a superhero for a week?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Glinzer, there's a great story coming up about that, about crowdfunding comics too. It's really, really
kidding me. This is really.
So what happens? So she loses her powers after menopause?
No, she gains them.
That was good. Oh my god, that was good.
Wow.
This is amazing.
Yes. That's good though.
Got nothing.
So she did her research for her demographics and whatnot. Basically, she claims as a kid that she was like, it was like no girls allowed in the comic shop and whatnot. And
what? Really? I've seen girls in comic shops.
And I'm older than her.
Yeah.
By a stone's throw. And
right.
When I worked in a comic shop as a teenager, and my girlfriend worked there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, God, there was always girls in there.
Why? You know why they say that? Because it has never happened to them, or they've never seen it, or it never happened in this time period.
Right. In doing my research, I found that 16% of comic book creators are female. According to a 2019 study, only 30% of comic book characters are women. On the other hand, roughly half of comic book buyers are female. Now, wait, she's not that old. She just said, what, 15 years earlier that no girls were allowed to buy comics or go in the comic. Yep. Now she says half of them. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not going to call her out on her statistics. So,
the book that I'm writing, one of the leads is a freaking woman, a really powerful woman, or really,
that's in his tool.
I'm like, oh shit. With all the SJWs, that I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
Here's the thing, Normie. Will she be as tough as this woman? Because when you read this, so she's a single mom that's got to get shit done. This was born from the idea that single mothers are superheroes. You need superhuman strength to do that. When you get into your 30s and your friends start having kids, you're like, oh my God, I was not aware of what it took. Holy shit. Because she's not speaking from personal experience. God, no. Another key identifier for the character is that all of her powers manifest from her menstrual cycle. The bloating, the hair growth, the mood swings, the acne, all of it. We hate that when it happens.
I don't even think women wants to hear that.
No, we'll get Six's opinion when I'm finished with this paragraph. If I can even get through this paragraph.
Like, I can't wait.
Speaking for myself and everyone I've ever met who has had a period, what if we turned around and made that period something that we can feel as unique, crazy, superhuman thing that happens in our body? When Maya is scared, she goes invisible. When she's angry, she has superhuman strength. She can swing like Spider-Man from her armpit hair.
What the
fuck? Yeah.
This is just.
Bitch needs to shave that shit off.
Now that what is this 80s Madonna? So
oh shit, no.
I think it's glorious. It's trippy as fuck. Oh no, that's her saying something else. Basically, where is here it is. Mom, Mother of Madness, is currently in pre-sale and hit stands on July 21st. This is by Image Comics, by the way.
No, not
yep.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. Image Comics right here.
Image has been
publishing in July from Image Comics, co-written by Clark and Marguerite Bennett. Yeah.
Horrible.
I will be buying this because
because women stand around and talk about their fucking periods, right?
Let's consult with a real woman.
So basically, her kryptonite is Motrin.
Nice.
Is like, a mad tampon gonna be her arch villain?
It's like, what the fuck?
Oh no, Mad Tampon's teaming up with Maxi Pad. So Six, what do you make of it?
Six, I'm so sorry.
Her arch nemesis, Advil.
It's asinine and it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's cool. Women can have babies, and I know that a lot of men are in awe of that power. the ability to recreate. But having your period is not. That's not something.
Right?
It's asinine. The whole premise of this is asinine, and I can see from some perspective that she wants to make it, okay for young girls to be comfortable talking about it and to feel not less than or dirty or any kind of negativity towards having their period, which is a totally normal women thing to do, just like all of you gentlemen wake up with erections. That's what happens.
Wait.
We used to.
We used to.
But that is a superpower. You never want to lose that superpower.
Right? No shit.
But to put it into a comic book, come on. That's just, I mean, what is she gonna like? Is she gonna have like a super one of her powers gonna be like? I can just see it going really bad with, I don't even want to say it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because I'm 6. Is she gonna like be? Is she gonna? No, I can't say it because I just saw Esmond's face. I can't say it. No, I can't. No, it's asinine. It's asinine.
Yeah.
There's better ways to make girls feel okay about what happens to their bodies.
Do you think she'll team up with what's her face, Pepper Potts, the actress?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow, and they'll make like special super
bloody
vagina candles or something.
So, the whole situation.
So is the sidekick called Red Wings? I mean, what's the deal with this?
Judah, I wasn't going to go there. I wasn't going to go there. And you went there.
He did. He went there. That was good.
Sidekick.
Can you imagine that outfit with the wings? And no, never mind.
I just learned what that was from T-shirt at Historian. It was on one of his live streams like 2 weeks ago. He was talking about it, and I said, "What is that?" And nobody would tell me until he finally sent me a piece.
Oh God, just Google it. You can find it all online.
Well, no, I did Google it, but like the Detroit Red Wings came up.
That was probably the Google Earth thing. Yeah. Seriously.
Exactly, Jacob. What the fuck?
Just when you think you've seen it all.
But wait, there's more.
Well, not this bad.
Okay.
But oops, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops, hang on. I'm laughing so hard I'm getting all discombobulated. Hawkman artist Brian Hitch blasts DC Comics for letting the recent series fail. And basically, he's kind of saying, who was the person last week? God, it was a week ago and I already forgot. Who was the one that was saying they don't market right? Oh, it was Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Oh, that's right.
And it's kind of the same thing. I mean, this Hawkman only went like 7 issues or something, 8 issues. And he said it's a shame my Hawkman run with Robert Venditti didn't sell as well as we would have liked. I and the writers I work with can provide damn good comics, but it's up to the publishers to sell them, not the creators. I think we were let down. Right. And I
think the creators need to
agree.
Shut up their shit sell.
And Venditti himself said, such a missed opportunity. We brought our best and did what many said was impossible. That's enough for me to be proud of. That's a shame. Because I think they put out like a quality comic book, but because it doesn't check the boxes, it just fell by the wayside. And, you see, we just looked at the Captain Marvel that Jay sent us. We just looked at Amelia Clark's comic book. What was the one right before that? There was another one before that. God, I can't remember 5 minutes ago. But they all wonder how this happens, right? Demon Slayer outsells entire American comic book industry.
Yeah.
Wow.
All this.
I heard about that.
So this is from Andy Art TV, his blog, and he's pulling from a couple of sources. He says right here, Demon Slayer has sold 100 million copies, while American comic books altogether have sold 15 million units.
Wow.
I think that was 2020. That's crazy. And then there's actually an update here. He says Demon Slayer manga sold 150 million copies, both digital and paperback. thanks to Viz Media for providing the Western world with digital manga. So you can see the growth. 3.5 million copies in 2019. That's when the show premiered. By December 2020, the 23rd volume sold 120 million copies. That's just, I mean, you can't get a single comic book, a single issue from either of the big two can sell 1 million. Can't even sell 1 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 120 million copies.
120 million for manga?
For one, for
just one title.
comic book, Demon Slayer. This one book is
and what's that comparison to US?
15 million.
15 million total
for every single American
American comic. Holy shit!
Yeah. Like the top selling comic is like Batman, and it barely sells 100,000 copies every month. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I heard that manga was big, but I didn't realize it was like that.
Yeah, it's absolutely mopping the floor with the American comics industry.
Oh, the one before it was Captain Genitals. What? Captain Genitals, the Filipino Captain America, Captain Ballsack. So, like,
okay, I remember the Ballsack.
You see that kind of shit, right? I mean, look, we just looked at 3 back-to-back horrible examples of current modern superhero comics, and they wonder how this happens. And artists at Marvel and DC complain that the reason they're not selling enough comic books is because of the fans. And we saw that last week with Jerry Dugan, remember? He said, we're having fun with these X-Men comics. We're doing them for each other. We don't care about the fans, and we don't want to hear from you guys. We don't care what you think. We're making this for ourselves. Well,
I read that. I was like, oh,
yeah, but you're not in the business to make things for yourself, I guess.
Exactly.
But they think they know what we want. So, yeah, we'll tell you what you want.
That's...
Yeah.
And
that's the reason why when you order a fucking pizza, you can get as many toppings as you want on them in most places.
What happened to passion of just writing what you love?
Right. Because it might offend somebody, that's why.
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly, and that's the attitude we need.
To me, it goes back to
That's what they should be saying in those boardroom meetings.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to that leaked image from the High Republic with the whiteboard.
Yep.
And it had the 3 columns, and diversity was in 2 of them. And the idea was you go down the 3 columns. So you go diversity, dinosaurs. There's our comic, right? There's check the corporate boxes. So Marvel and DC blame and attack the fans, while manga artists in Japan believe the reason why manga like Demon Slayer is so successful is because of story and serving the fans.
Good gravy! What an idea!
Hi, PJ.
Yeah, it's just Orville popped in.
PJ, what's going on? How are you?
PJ!
I love the Orville, PJ. Love the Orville.
Yeah.
I can't find it anywhere.
It's on
Hulu.
It's
on Hulu.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm rewatching
it. Hoo-yah!
I'm rewatching it right now.
Got my little ship. Got my my actual Star Trek Enterprise.
Nice.
Looks like a maxi pad.
It needs to come back on the damn air, man.
I think
freaking Warville being off, dude, sucks, dude.
You can't see that it lights up this one, the Enterprise here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice.
Got little LEDs in there.
Yeah, it's cool. Anyway. yeah. Well, at least for watch hours, not on the our subs are a little low, but we'll get there. Earlier, I think it was a Glinzer, someone in the chat mentioned crowdfunding comics is the way to go. And the big 2 to this point have been mocking, or people who work at the big 2 have been mocking this idea of direct to consumer. They were kind of calling it grifting, and what else? They call it anything they can. It's an amateur hour, blah, 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 blah. Well, Zoop. Zoop is here to compete.
Zoop?
Zoop is new and is here to compete with Kickstarter and Indiegogo. It's founded by 3 comic book pros, Jordan Plosky, Eric Moss. There's a third one somewhere in here.
What's that supposed to do?
Well, it's kind of funny. It reminds me, I actually put this image in here. What they're doing with this reminds me of like a clubhouse from Little Rascals or something.
Oh, okay. Nice.
No girls allowed. I put the top sign. I put there, no amateur comic books allowed. It's a crowdfunding site, but it's totally gate kept, and it's only for established comic pros.
What?
Yeah.
So if you've never written one, you're not allowed to use the platform.
Correct. So
what the hell?
And this is going to compete with Kickstarter.
Why do they need it?
They need it because
don't they already have jobs?
Well, their comics are not selling; they're failing, and a lot of these guys.
Oh, so this is their way of putting out theirs to try and I gotcha.
So a bunch of these comic pros got together, and some of these people are well known: Ron Mars, Rick Leonardi, Chris Rial from IDW. There's a whole bunch of them here.
Just more elitist scumbags.
So exactly. So they hired what's her name, Camilla Zhang, who was the person on Kickstarter who is gatekeeping comic book projects.
Oh yeah.
So she's on the board of this thing too. So what their angle is they're saying that they are going to. They were like, when you do your crowdfunding and you're an amateur, well, even if you're not, even if you're a pro, you got to handle all the shipping and you got to deal with all this. There's a huge learning curve and there's all this. They're going to do that for you. So basically, they're not a crowdfunding.
Why?
They're a publishing house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bug crawling on my screen. It makes no sense. And Clownfish did a great video on it this morning. And Clownfish went to the site to Zoop, and you can't if you're not an approved comic book professional, you can't launch a project.
Okay, what's the point in that?
I think it's how they perceive the whole crowdfunding thing.
I think that they're just delusional.
That's my point. Yeah.
Well, look at the from a normie perspective and stuff, and
I see what you did there.
I'm kind of working in the IT world too as well. I think this is just stupid. It just seems like it's a platform for themselves. If anything, if independent comic book writers or novelists or artists in general and stuff like that need more than anything else, they need a platform where they can actually sell their items after they've done their crowdfunding on the crowdfunding sites and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that just makes more sense. I mean, I might be a normie, but am I out of my mind here? Or
no, I think you're spot on. I'm trying to find their stupid website.
Because the thing is you look at the crowdfunding sites or the crowdfunding that's going on. Nobody is denied crowdfunding their projects on those popular sites, which is a great idea. I think where it comes in is how to kind of centralize where those indie artists could go to sell, and either sell physical or digital, whatever they like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all that. That's where, I mean, yes, you've got Amazon, you got eBay, but you don't have anything that really per se does that. You know what I'm saying? And I know that Amazon and eBay, they're so big and they're established and stuff, but you're going to get drowned out in all of that. You know what I'm saying? And stuff, and there are so many great artists on some of the Indiegogo sites and stuff like that, I mean, for Christ's sakes, look at Keanu Reeves. He did that one comic and stuff like that.
Berserker,
that he's behind Berserker and stuff like that, and that only did well because Keanu Reeves, of course, but I think too, Keanu Reeves is a down-to-earth regular Joe. He doesn't act like he's above everybody else like the typical Hollywood type too.
He's a fan.
And yeah, exactly. you know, and he's gonna star in his own damn comic book, dude.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
And that
Edson did a great review of that comic, by the way.
What's that?
Oh, thanks.
Edson did a review of that.
Yeah, Edson, your reviews on
did a-
Berserk crush it, man.
Yeah.
You know, Kickstarter, the Archie Comics tried to do a Kickstarter a few years ago and they got shamed right off. They took the whole thing down.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
tried the same thing with Keanu and Boom Comics, and Boom held tight. They stuck their heels in and didn't move, and look what happened. And I think that's part of the impetus with this. They see what EVS is doing.
Right.
They see what Keanu Reeves just did.
Right. And stuff,
But-
dude. Yeah.
But
Even
kids,
Scott Snyder, you know, his campaign by EVS and Keanu Reeves standards wasn't very successful, but he still made like almost 200 grand, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's a successful campaign. So these guys are going, oh, you know, there's this weird thing where the comic book artists and writers in the last decade or so, and probably because of the big movies, think they're celebrities now. So they're gonna team up and they're gonna launch this site and they're gonna make millions of dollars. But I don't
You know what I think is also missing too? You know, I've been doing this segment on my channel about fun facts and stuff, and I've been doing about like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and just some really off the wall fun facts about comics and stuff like that. You know, and I got my latest one dropping tomorrow for Dick Tracy and stuff like that, and I'm doing this actually for myself, and I'm actually doing that for anybody else out there. But I have really found that when you dive deep into some of these comic book people in the early days that established all the stuff that everybody loves today that's being ruined and stuff like that, you kind of look at the time period and nobody does and stuff like that. Like Kirby didn't like anything but using a pencil, a piece of paper, and a table. And you can crank out shit in nothing flat. I didn't know that and stuff like that. He had somebody else that colored his stuff later on down the road and stuff like that too. And stuff. But the thing is where I'm going with this is that, you know, you look at Kirby, you look at Stan Lee, they grew up in the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. What was going on then? You know what I'm saying?
Depression, war.
So, yeah, depression, what they saw around them. And what are these, you know, entitled assholes in today's society, what have they contributed? What have they experienced? They haven't created anything new. They're just, you know, piggybacking off of all the greats from the past.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're reskinning everything. And I agree with you. And they think that they think things are so bad they want, you know, communism here.
Right, exactly. They have no, and this is the thing is, a lot of you guys don't know and know, I spent 2 years overseas during the war as a contractor and stuff between 2005 2007. My consolation prize was a fucking PTSD. But the thing is I don't write on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is what molds us are our life experiences. Not getting out of fucking college and going, oh, I can write now because I got a degree that says I can.
Yep.
No. It doesn't. It means you can be taught to do something. That's what the damn degree is.
And sadly, with the big two, they're just hiring cheap. They're just going to go as cheap as they can.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I always think though with this kickstarting stuff, there's just somewhat of a DIY mentality. So I feel like you're doing it yourself, and you're doing it on the basis of being passionate. So you're putting everything into it because you're doing it yourself. So you want the product to be the best it is. As opposed to when you're working for a corporation, or you're not really working towards doing something that you're following your own passion. You're just doing it to put a product out that the corporation will say, well, thank you for your work, and we'll mold it how we want to. So the whole DIY mentality means that you're just putting a lot of yourself into it, and not only the aspect of creating the comic, the characters, drawing it, whatever, or getting people to do the work as well, but you're just all together trying to make a good product out of passion and make money, hopefully later on. That, I think, is what is attractive and romantic about the whole kickstarting thing. I don't know if you guys agree. But...
I think you're right about that, because you know what too is, I think too, I've got a fascination with watching a lot of DIY stuff on YouTube, for example, and stuff, like people that redo cars that are just mangled up, you know what I'm saying, and fixing them up and flipping them or whatever, you know, for example, or people just doing house stuff or you know what I'm saying and stuff. I think that there's a real
doing it because you have the passion to do it, not caring whether or not you're going to get something out of it. It's like I created this because I had a need to do it.
Right. And it's like me and my writing and stuff like that. I'm writing because I like to do it.
Right.
And enjoy it. I'm not sure if I'm going to release it. I'm not sure if I ever will. I might. I've even thought about reading some pieces on my YouTube channel to see if anybody likes it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great idea. You should do that now.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that, and because nobody knows who I am. I don't expect anybody to buy it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm on YouTube. I'm enjoying myself because it keeps me sane during COVID.
Well, how many writers do we know of that have pen names? You know.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We don't know if there's probably stuff out there we have no clue who really the person is.
Well, the other thing too is when I was doing my fun facts and stuff, I found out that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were into doing romantic comics or books and stuff. I was like, what? Is that like? I guess Jack Kirby did a lot of like romance books, apparently, and stuff. I don't know the way I read it and stuff.
Yeah, they were big in the 50s.
Yeah, they were the ones that opened up this new genre that was never touched.
Right.
You know what
I'm
saying?
After the war, the superhero comics fell out of favor. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of like, wow, okay, So, I mean, what, yeah. So it's just kind of interesting,
Well, the other reason people do it is you have complete control. It's your property.
That too,
right?
Yeah.
No corporate oversight. Nobody telling you. No man.
There's no need to.
Right.
There's no need to. That's like I know a lot of people that do game development. They're little indie groups that used to be old modders back in the day. Now, it's stuff, dude. You don't need a publisher in a studio anymore.
Right.
You can do it all yourself.
Yep.
You could go and pull frickin' the Unreal Engine. You don't have to pay for that until you get to a certain amount of money and stuff like that. You got revenue flowing in and stuff like that. You don't need a publisher these days.
No, you don't. I mean, the democratization of all the tools.
Yep.
What we're doing right now was unheard of, a decade ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also reminds me of a lot of bands that always start out. You always hear the behind the music.
Sorry.
We always hear about the behind the musics where a band starts out, and then all of a sudden they get on a major record label and they sell out.
Tom Connors is in the chat.
Oh my!
Wow!
Welcome, Tom. How are you?
I thought you said John Connor.
No, not
who
John.
is it? I know. I thought you said John Connor as well.
That's what
Winter, by the way, says no zoop for you. No zoop for you. And I think you're spot on, Glenzer. Absolutely. These new writers, not only being activists and whatnot,
most of these new writers
they grew up on the movies.
So Connor.
Yeah, but the thing is look, I look at it from a normie perspective and stuff too as well. But I'm also an academic, or I used to be and stuff, and all that. And I don't want to put that out there. But the thing is like I come from it and stuff like that, and I didn't grow up with comics. My dad did. And stuff like that, I always saw his comic collection and stuff like that, and he let me go through it, but it was nothing that I really latched onto as a kid. And stuff. But the thing is now that I've gotten older, I have my own kids and stuff like that. I've tried to introduce that stuff, but he doesn't like it and stuff like that. But thing is where I'm going is that I even have knowledge of comics of how they should be versus what they're being portrayed in big cinema and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am really pissed off with the whole Winter Soldier situation and with Cap and stuff like that, with Bucky and Falcon and all that stuff. I know all that stuff, but I never read them, but I researched them. You know what I'm saying? These people just have no fucking clue, period.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and they're right now. The MCU Phase 4 is going down the failed comic run from about 4 years ago. And it's careening. It's headed toward a brick wall. It's going to be a flaming disaster.
I have no desire to see Eternals.
No, I know.
I just don't.
Which segues perfect to our next set of stories, by the way.
I'm curious to see what Kip's gonna do.
Uh-oh. Can't be good.
Well, Doctor Strange 2 art teases not only the Scarlet Witch, not only Wong, but America's favorite, America Chavez.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That just is a guaranteed success right there.
Oh, here's the promo art right here. Fuck, I hate when I do that.
Go bigger with that.
That's terrible. That looks like my
Ryan. There we go.
Looks like my nephew drew that cover.
That's big enough for you. Well, again, I keep saying it week after week after week, but the artistic standards at Marvel have fallen off a cliff.
Holy shit, man!
I mean, my God,
did somebody submit that? They're like, oh, we'll take it. It's free.
Right?
You can draw Marvel characters.
They've lowered the bar on what it takes to be an artist at Marvel these days.
Lowered? I don't think they even have a bar, dude. What are you talking about?
You're right. You're right.
God, I think you're shooting way too high there.
I was
just
trying
when
to be
you
polite.
think you've hit the bottom of the barrel, if you lift up the barrel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So there we have it: Scarlet Witch, Wong, Doctor Strange, and
you can't even tell it who they are.
Yeah, I was just going to
so
say
dark.
that you cannot even tell who they are,
can't
except
tell
for
who's
Doctor
what.
Strange, obviously. But
Yeah, that's it.
well, you could tell who they are, but
well,
not really. No, and it's really dark too.
I squint really well.
yeah, I think it's the America Chavez in the denim jacket that throws everybody.
Oh, really? Gotcha.
Yeah,
But
here's another
there's
one.
I have no clue what this means.
what this means.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
What the hell? Are you serious?
So yeah, Kevin Feige. This is kind of an old story, but Kevin Feige admitted they altered the end of WandaVision. Doctor Strange was supposed to make an appearance and tie it to the Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I know they cut it out,
and they decided not to do it because they couldn't have him mansplaining. They couldn't have a white man come in and mansplain to Wanda about using her powers, so they scrapped it. Which is awful. Which forced
They're reactionary. They're reactionary, just like fucking DC's reactionary. But DC's worse.
What I don't understand is it's Kevin Feige feels like he's been like.
So when they were doing a table,
like
when they were doing a table, when they were doing a table read, did someone just raise their hand and go, "Excuse me, yeah, that's mansplaining," and then you're just like, "Oh,
Probably.
okay."
I had to think.
And who are you at the end of the table back there?
Oh, I'm intern. Intern.
My first day, I brought the coffee in. Yeah.
Someone's gonna bash you on Twitter.
Perfect. You're an executive producer now. You're an executive producer. It's a wonderful idea. Give that girl a raise.
I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah. So
they've got to have. You think that maybe they're blackmailing Kevin Feige?
Well, I don't
He didn't
know
go
because
along
there's
with
a
this
third
just
story.
willingly.
There's a third story that dovetails into this, and that would be this. They're going to kill him in the comics.
Interesting.
Right as the movie's supposed to come out.
Right as the movie's supposed to come out. Now they're rewriting the movie, right? After figuring out that he shouldn't be mansplaining to Wanda. He is the Sorcerer Supreme after all, but he's not supposed to know more than she does.
Let's not bring facts into this now.
The only logical explanation is they're gonna cast somebody new as the Sorcerer Supreme that is not white male.
Oh,
the only thing I can think of.
Why would
that's what happens when the new Sorcerer Supreme has to take over.
Really, I just don't.
I'm not. This is just.
Yeah, I know, but that sounds right.
Could be
That's
Wanda, yeah.
exactly right.
And it's Wanda.
Might be.
Yeah.
Or somebody totally new.
Let's just say that these three stories seem awfully coincidental, and there's some weird juju around Doctor Strange.
There's mojo around Doctor Strange.
Strange mojo, strange juju.
You know what? I was very skeptical of Doctor Strange, the movie. So I actually held off to watch it. Yeah, the first one. Stuff like that. I actually watched it on a plane and stuff. But yeah, I know. But then I watched on stream or something and stuff. But I really, really enjoyed it.
I did too.
And the thing is what bugs me about the actor who plays it, they pissed me off when they casted him as Khan in the fucking Star Trek movie.
Oh, don't get me going on JJ.
Don't start that one.
Oh, let it go. No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
God.
I want to hear it.
We're gonna go down to the Star Trek rabbit hole.
You're what?
Oh no, I will no. I go on rants, epic rants about JJ Abrams. What
Oh, don't get him started. We'll be here for another hour.
Ixnay on the
We'll
JJ.
be here for another hour, but we'd be here past midnight.
God,
killed Star Trek. Killed it.
Killed it. Dude, it turned me off so much. I didn't want to watch the Doctor Strange movie. I waited almost 6 to 8 months.
Well, you
before
can't
I
blame
watched it.
Benedict Cumberbatch for it.
I know, but still,
right.
I'm like, dude, it gave me such a sour taste in my mouth, dude, that they tried to do what they did and stuff. And I'm like, dude, fuck this shit, dude.
Oh yeah, Glenn's right. I like Doctor Strange better than Black Panther for sure.
Oh, I agree with that too. Even though it is magical Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same.
Magical
It's
Iron
the
Man.
exact. Well, it's the same exact story. He's a doctor. He's kind of a selfish dick. He gets, he gets this. He tries to use his talents to better man than a drill Cumberland.
Well, that's how I felt. That's how I felt about Ryan Gosling for Blade Runner
How long have you been waiting
2049.
there? I didn't hear the beep.
Oh, yeah. He
I
was
heard
not
the
really good for
I didn't
that.
hear the beep. I was asleep at the wheel.
I saw that too.
That's when.
But
I
when they
Well,
casted
welcome.
Ryan Gosling for Blade Runner, I was like, no way. So
It's
feel
just
bad.
like it's just like the whole Zack Snyder thing in the G&G situation. Except because I have mental illness, I was really stoked for the whole stream thing and stuff, They've donated and everything else, Dude, I haven't even watched Snyder Cut yet.
It's enjoyable.
So.
Who's this JJ you speak of? He's the
Hi, Tom.
Antichrist, is what he is.
What's wrong?
Hello.
Hello.
Six.
Hey Tom.
Hey, Tom.
And
Good to have you here.
nice to meet the rest of you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Welcome.
Well, thanks for stopping in, Tom. It's great. Well, I would love to hear your comments on this.
Oh.
But wait.
Oh, God.
Who doesn't
No.
like
I
gender
wanna
fluid?
discuss that.
No, I'm good.
Here's the one thing I'll say. Out of all the situations that they want to do this to, this one makes kind of the most sense because
Agreed.
he's the god of mischief. We've seen him, he can do any illusion he wants. He can do anything he wants.
Yeah, he's always been a little gay.
Well, that too.
And he's a shapeshifter. Yeah.
He has like this thing like with his brother and shit, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I saw this one. This is the one time I kind of went, well, whatever. But I do think it's just a simple excuse not to use Tom Hiddleston and pay him all that money. They can just cast somebody else now.
They can cast Lady Loki now, and
Right.
yeah, I'm sure that's probably what's behind it.
Who's Lady Loki?
Oh, didn't they turn Loki into a woman in the comics?
Correct.
Yeah, there was a run. Yeah.
He also gave birth too, right?
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Sure.
What?
I haven't heard that.
In the comics?
Or maybe it's Viking mythology or some shit. I don't know. No.
Okay.
How am I at the bottom?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why are you at
I
the
don't know.
bottom?
People are moving all over.
My fat ass squish
That's-
everybody.
Leave it right there. Leave it right there.
Hey,
Right there. Perfect.
fine.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, quick. Put up
Never
something
argue
from
with a
chat.
lady.
Quick.
Here. I'll make everybody happy. I'll put myself down there.
No. I was
Now I'm
liking
looking
that
up all
too.
your skirts.
Wow.
Oh. All right.
All
Yeah.
I know is I got a hankering for a flaming Moe's.
Flaming Mo.
Flaming Moe's.
Moe's? Yeah.
Welcome to have you, Tom.
So there's
Hey,
your
there
lady.
she is.
There it is. Yeah.
So
Oh, that's Lady
your
Loki.
boy there, Edson. Your boy did that.
Yep.
So
That looks like every
you know,
female cosplayer.
this point with the MCU, I don't even care anymore. I just don't care. I just heard a boop. Wow.
Someone else coming in?
My goodness.
Good gravy.
Fat Stevens.
Wow.
Holy
Fat
crap.
Stevens. We got a full house
Fat
tonight.
Steve.
Wow,
Oh
we got a
no.
full
dude.
house.
It's gonna be a full-on battle now.
Fat Steven, are you gender fluid?
Bad Steven is totally pissed off at me.
Uh-oh.
He's not saying anything.
I'm just trying to figure out why words are coming out of my mouth, but
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
But no, I'm only gender fluid if it has to involve a milkshake.
Yeah. What
I'll do
flavor?
whatever you want for a chocolate milkshake. You know, I don't care.
Chocolate. There you go. Good man. Good man. So, Andy Muschietti tweeted this picture or Instagrammed this picture of Michael Keaton's
eating
Batman
a peanut butter and jelly
Returns,
sandwich.
and with blood all over it. So,
oh man, I got my jelly all over my costume. I'm sorry.
That's what I was just thinking.
That's exactly what
God
I'm
damn it,
saying.
Alfred. That's not going to come out. Alfred.
That makes sense.
You're like jam.
filling? Where's the cream filling?
You wouldn't put it in an ordinary sandwich.
What do you think was in that Danish? You think it was cheese? Heroes are everywhere. Sometimes when a kid's crying and you give him a jelly donut, you don't know who he's going to be in the future. I was raised in jelly, born in the jelly. Steven Seagal was about to play me at one time. Nice.
You're the bane of my fucking existence.
Windsor. Oh no.
I am muscle used to you.
Oh
It
man.
doesn't even look like
Nice.
blood. It looks like he ran over the Flash, and that was just a splatter.
Or as
Like
Glinzer
Lone Star jammed him.
Holy shit.
Oh no, no,
man.
no, not Amelia Clark. No, I'm not reading about that again. No, I spent an hour on
Yeah.
that. No.
Yeah, let's
I'm
get
getting her
Beth
away.
Stevens' opinion on the Amelia Clark thing.
Oh, that's great, because I would love to see Batman with armpit hair save me one day, or Spider-Man shoot
Spider-Man.
arm hair
Why
out
not?
instead of a web. Yeah.
That is just egg.
You know
Yeah,
she's
every-
killing 3 dudes before she saves anybody, right?
Of course. Of course. That's
I
the
don't
way
want
to
They
her
do
just
it.
don't tell you about that part.
I don't want armpit dandruff anywhere on me. I'm sorry.
So
Who does really?
I think that, and Edson, you read this, right? There's a recent run, it was Tom King's run of Batman, where, with the DC Rebirth, they tried to reintroduce the idea of the Watchmen are in the DC continuity now.
Right.
Yep.
I have that cover.
Right. So they had a 4-issue series that went between the Flash and Batman called,
Yep.
what was it called? The Button?
The button.
And it looked kind of like that, except the bat symbol was the Watchmen logo in the
The
comic.
Watchmen logo, yeah.
Yeah.
But it had the blood spatter on it like that. So I'm wondering if in this Flashpoint sort of, it's going to be a bastardized Flashpoint, but I wonder if they're going to kind of try to introduce that concept that Dr. Manhattan might be behind all this time shifting and dimension hopping and whatnot.
That one?
Hang on.
Yeah. Great. That's great. Thank you. Yeah,
No. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to. There we are. Sorry.
And that is the actual cover that changes when you move it, right? So it actually switches to Flash.
Right.
You're fancy. You got the lenticular cover.
Ooh.
But that's the one you're talking about, right? The
That's
Batman.
the one.
That's the steal money from your mama's purse cover.
Yeah.
Enough said about that, Bill. We're going to put that away to get an alibi. That's great.
Yeah.
No, Mom, I don't have a drug problem. I got a comic problem.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't have a drug problem. You prescribed me this shit.
But you got to wonder because they're like, removing, like they removed Cyborg from it, right? Cyborg was a huge component of the Flashpoint story. So you get rid of him. Now,
Not anymore.
Now they're bouncing Gal Gadot too.
Might be, yeah.
Or recasting her.
Sure. Why not?
Wait, is this on the WB side doing this or the TNT side doing this? Because that would explain what's going on and why they're trying to move. If you get rid of all the actors, no more Snyder Cut, people will shut the hell up.
Well, apparently they're upset with her because she started making political statements about the Israel-Palestine situation.
But isn't she from one of those territories?
Correct.
She's from Israel.
So
This sounds like one of those.
Her statement wasn't even political. It was
This
just,
sounds like a hate boner story, like somebody made this shit up.
I agree with you. Rumor, right?
I should watch my language. I'm sorry.
There was a whole lot of drama this weekend about rumors.
Wait. Maybe this is different. Maybe they're trying to take out all the heroes that can actually choke the Flash. So he doesn't have any way to feel intimidated while on set.
You want to fight?
Let me get my sandals and my red overcoat. I'll flashpoint the crap out of you.
At Walmart. Yeah, the rumor comes from Giant Freaking Robot, so I don't know how accurate they are on anything.
Take it with a giant freaking grain of salt.
Yeah, are they like a 4chan?
Who is this? Who?
Giant freaking robot.
Yeah. Oh. So yeah, because holy shit, the giantest bug is on my This thing is literally it's this big.
Cicada.
Oh my god, it might be.
Is it Spider-Man?
You want a picture?
No, it has no armpit hair.
It didn't happen if we don't get proof.
If you see Linda Blair, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Is the ghost of John Candy knocking at your door with a flamethrower?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll let you know when he gets here.
You got bugs. I can take care of that. They hate the flamethrower.
So does your house.
Oh shit! Here it is. Oh.
Oh, gross.
Hey, Bug Lives Matter.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, he's going.
Termites, good idea. Burn your house down. Cut off their food supply.
I will leave the bag of chips open. That bug came
my God,
at me.
My daughter's calling me right now.
Oh.
Van for him.
Dad, have you seen my class project? It was a giant bug.
You better give her a comforting hug.
Oh, it's on my keyboard. Got it.
Yeah, the kid's probably calling because the entire house is taken over by the damn things, and you're just trying to kill one.
Yeah, probably.
Put it in an ice cube.
It's not that big.
Put it in an ice cube.
When its wings were out, it was like.
Men always think things are bigger than they actually are.
It's true.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see my lobster roll?
Up to that.
I did.
What?
John Cicada. Yeah, John Cicada was here.
Hey, Pete, did you see this Gal Gadot thinks Wonder Woman can beat Godzilla?
What?
Yeah,
Go back to the
that was
story.
adorable.
Did she say that?
Yeah,
Of course she says that.
Godzilla.
'Cause- Yeah,
Well, I mean, Batman.
I got nothing. Yeah, Batman can beat Godzilla. Martian Manhunter can beat Godzilla. Yeah, whoever's
You can outthink it.
whoever's
have
playing them,
balls?
of course, will think
Balls?
that their character can beat whomever.
Captain Marvel can.
Of course.
Bestest ever.
Yeah.
Ray Skywalker versus Captain Marvel. Who wins?
Captain Marvel.
Captain
What
Marvel.
about Mikey Spock versus?
Mikey
She
Spock.
wins. She just cries over everything. That's
There you go.
doesn't matter.
Don't even bring her up, dude. You're gonna trigger me.
Mikey.
Feeling a draft in here.
That's it. I'm gonna lose my shit.
Gary Busey's gone.
So what if is not on the summer schedule? What
Really?
happens?
Yeah.
What if it wasn't on the summer schedule?
What if it's not? What if it's not going to be made?
That's nuts,
Really?
considering during the lockdown that animation's one of the things they could still have in production.
Yeah.
That's what makes no sense. Yeah.
And we've
was
seen a
that?
trailer for it, so I wouldn't say they're dumping it yet.
No.
What if they're making more episodes just because they think they don't have enough content? Maybe they actually want more story writers because there's probably been a lot of positive feedback of seeing the trailer.
Do they think their summer schedule is too packed already?
With what? Black Widow? Oh God, please help us. Newsflash, she's dead.
Yeah, I don't know. You got Loki in June, Black Widow July, and then What If was supposed to be August, I guess. But
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's crap.
I would honestly love to see Black Widow stuck in a Groundhog Day scenario. I think it would make that movie better.
Oh, that's hilarious.
yeah, so there's the trailer you were talking about, Tom. But and there's that the first look. I don't know. Maybe they're holding it off till like Christmas season or something. Who knows?
Maybe, but maybe they're trying to see whether or not they should switch up with Shang-Chi if they can't get it to be played in Cuckooville
China.
over there. That's the one. And that could be another one because this could be their saving grace, and they're seeing that.
Gonna be their saving grace.
What, Loki's today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm not even watching it. Done. After Winter Soldier and Falcon being lectured on racism, they go fuck themselves.
See, I'm not. My TV doesn't have the gender fluid option, so I can't watch
Right?
Disney Plus.
Yeah. Did you see how they try to explain that?
I don't have a liquid crystal TV, so that's can't watch it.
Yeah, who has that, gentlemen? Who has the biggest TV in here? Just curious. Mine's 37 inch.
52 inch.
God.
Someone
I have
threw up.
50. I have 55. That's it.
I have a 42 inch.
I have a 45 and a 55.
All right, I'm compensating for shit.
Keith has
Okay.
a whole. Keith has a whole fucking wall.
We're all fucking compensating here.
Keith has a projector and a wall. That's
110. Mine's 110 inches.
Fine, you win.
Yeah.
My friend's got a 72. Friend's got
Always
a
compensating. But Keith says, "Hey, we're doing movie night at my house." Everybody fucking shows up. The whole
I got an
place is filled.
82 inch 4K, but
Oh, that's awesome.
Damn.
Very nice.
Mine's a projector and a screen, so it's kind of a cheat, but it is
Just
10.
knock out the whole wall. Just
How about largest monitor for your computer?
Oh, I know who wins that.
15.
Oh, I'm working off of an iMac that's like the size of a Buick.
I've got a
Is it the
29
same
inch
city?
ultra wide monitor. 2.
See, when I'm looking at the what if, the only thing I can really remember is literally just the zombies one. So what if they're trying to make the zombies what if extended longer? Because that seems what most people want to see. We're waiting for the battle world.
I fully agree on that.
Now they're only making these what ifs based on their movie, their cinematic universe, right? They're not doing a comic book.
Really?
That's my understanding.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way it is.
When in the Marvel universe did we get Captain Peggy Carter?
They had the TV show.
Yeah, but it's a what if thing. Like, but I think what they're saying is like, yeah, they have what's her face doing the voice, and it's still technically like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think is still kind of the idea.
Right.
It doesn't matter, but yeah.
Like
I
they're
hope
not
they're
going
not-
to do like what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four and all those.
He did.
Not on this though. They won't.
No, but he still
No,
did.
like,
But, yeah.
the comic books they had some good ones, you know. But
So what if this is they're trying to do the what if series is actually just a Band-Aid front title for them trying to push the multiverse stuff and giving them more opens because they can relate it to MCU.
So trying to backdoor some.
Well, look at WandaVision, perfect example. They went up to a certain point, then it went about a struggle about a woman who almost killed everybody, but she'd have got no punishment. I'm out, bitches. And then this should be
Kidnapped kids and threw them in a room for weeks on end.
kind of like the basement and the soccer team.
You weren't supposed to talk about that.
We've been talking about it for months.
And they all agreed if I let them go, they weren't going to tell anybody.
Yeah, it was only if you get back their shoes.
Yeah, how convenient.
But
we promise.
Honestly, wouldn't you like to see? Just see, like, okay, you know the ending of Endgame scene. Let's get rid of all the stupid stuff they added when everyone started appearing. Right now, imagine that, and then they look across the field, and it's all the Marvel zombie variants of them. Just picture what they could have done, something like that.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Brie Larson eating herself. That's literally a lesbian scene for most sadomasochists, right?
I'm not made for you.
I don't need some 40-year-old white dude who lives in his mom's basement.
You don't like my politics? Don't buy my book.
My skin wasn't made for the male cannibal and zombie-like people. Get away from me, sir.
So Mikey Sutton,
I know
sorry,
Mikey.
Edwin Francisco,
Edwin, no, I know Edwin. Okay.
A Jurassic Park cinematic universe.
Okay.
Don't we kind of already have one in a way?
Yeah.
That, like, what the hell, right? Like,
because Jurassic World is very tangentially attached to the other ones, at least in a
Correct.
sense, and then Lost. The second one is Fallen Kingdom. The second Jurassic World one, the crappy one, the one that
Fallen
takes place.
Kingdom.
Oh God, more like Fallen fucking franchise.
So bad. I saw that with my daughter Tom, and she loves dinosaurs, and she was all into it, and I had to sit there mortified and pretend
my
I liked
God,
it.
I'm sorry.
So bad.
Better not touch the first one.
That's her favorite movie too. She loves it. I think
Really?
it's more because Well, it's the first one she got to go see in the cinema, and we went together. And I think that's why it's more of the experience.
Well,
seeing that T-Rex that big, yeah, it would. Especially if you're a younger kid, you get your whole view is of innocence and everything bigger is fantastic. It makes it so much better.
Exactly. So,
too bad you didn't get to take her to the re-release of the first one.
The first Jurassic Park. I know. Yeah. I think eventually I'll be able to. We did last week, 2 weeks ago in LA. We saw Jurassic World, the first one, in a theater. So, and she got to see that for the first time in a theater. So, and we walked out and she said, it's so much better in a movie theater. You know, of course it is. But they're supposed to be bringing all these people back for the So there's
didn't Colin Trevorrow even apologize for the second movie?
Yeah, I think he did. And he's taking over the third one, right? He's going to do this last one.
Yeah, he's taken over again because the reason he didn't for the second one was because of Star Wars.
Right. Let's see how that went.
I'm going to sound like a dick, but honestly, I preferred Crichton's books over the movies any day.
Oh yeah.
Crichton's books are good.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't touch those.
You can't, and I really wish he did a third, but honestly, fucking excuse my French. Those books were amazing, and I
watch your fucking mouth.
Okay, Mom.
Fuck, Steven.
What the
Steven.
fuck? Keith,
I'd rather not.
Oh, you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what Six said.
Did someone just yell dinner time?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
All right.
How do you make a cinematic universe out of Jurassic Park to begin with? How do you do that?
That's what.
Like you said, Tom. We've already got one.
You put Chris Pratt in it. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because Jurassic World kind of already was a spinoff. It wasn't until that's what I was going to get to. Is like the sequels where they brought back
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Which ties them all together. Like it already. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like. What are you going to do? Make like a T-Rex solo movie?
I'd be all for that.
Yeah, a blue origin film.
Right.
But
she's a good girl.
They could if they go the Luke, let's say the Lucas method, and they focus on prequels. They can show that the genetic testing went before the Amber, and this is only one they did with Hammond and the Amber, whatever the testing before, and they could have like a mutated or like a half something else. You know what I mean? They have the possibility of doing that.
They could actually find out that the genetic testing escaped from a lab in Wuhan.
Yes.
Oh boy!
It turned out to be a bat pterodactyl.
Where are you going with this, Keith?
Pterodactyl.
A batidactyl.
I hate the mutant dinosaurs. I really do.
Me too.
I do too.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. None of them.
I'm not saying it like that. What I'm saying is that actually, let's say this. Let's say that the Amber testing was going on before the whole first Jurassic Park. We got not only, let's say, some failed experiments where they thought were dead and thrown aside. They were actually not dead. They were just in a hibernative state because they weren't fully born yet. Then you have dinosaurs running amok on whatever the hell the test site is.
Weren't there early drafts for a Jurassic Park 4 where they were kind of trying to make hybrid human dinosaur things?
Yeah, you can find the sketches online, like a big bodybuilder with a triceratops head and stuff like that. Yeah,
why don't they just go all out and make Dino Riders? They have the technology. They know how to do dinosaurs. Let's do Dino Riders for God's sake.
There you go.
Let's see something freaking cool for once. Even insectoids, for God's sakes. I want to see a man ride a giant bug. We already saw Keith riding a giant hand when he slapped it.
Yep.
Do you think they could tie this into that sitcom Dinosaurs when they had the flannel shirts and stuff on?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, God.
Don't they want to tie this? Don't they want to tie Jurassic Park into Fast and Furious?
Please.
Oh yeah. Oh, no. What's his name?
They're going to space next.
I wish I was being funny. No. I think I've read this somewhere that they're thinking of doing that.
What's the pitch black one?
I wouldn't be surprised in the least, but I hope not.
Oh come on! You know you like those movies.
Fast and Furious. I've never even seen them, but I could spoil the newest one right now if I wanted to.
Yeah, I just don't know how you can spin off solo movies with the focal point or the dinosaurs. I don't know. Just
very carefully.
Well, I mean, they have Cretaceous Camp or whatever it is on Netflix.
True.
Yeah.
There's other things you can possibly do. I mean, shit, you got you could have Jurassic Park Miami.
There you go.
You know, like, whoa, this is what's
Ooh,
going
Law
on
and
over
Order
here.
Jurassic period.
Yeah.
That's there you go. Make it
Jurassic
like
Park,
CSI
San Diego.
Yeah.
Jurassic Cop. It's like a cross between Paul Blart and Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
Blue. She's a kick-ass cop and a dinosaur.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Glenn
Don't get on her bad side.
Clever girl.
Clever.
If we do a T-Rex.
Blue, did you eat another suspect again?
I would actually pay for what would happen. Let's say Kong ends up on Dino Island and see him just smack the crap out of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs for about an hour and a half.
Especially the new one.
Yeah.
He just could kick him.
Pick him up and eat him.
It's tiny, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he'd like just suck the meat off the bone like a chicken wing?
Probably.
Nice. Yeah, probably.
I don't want to doing that again.
He's scraping a T-Rex. He's scraping a T-Rex off the bottom of his foot.
Kind of like you did with that big squid thing or whatever.
Yep.
McFarlane Toys, huh?
Batman 66 multiverse figures.
Awesome, chum. Look
pretty
at
cool.
It looks just like me.
Holy points of articulation, Batman.
I know. They're all there.
Yeah. Yes. Let's slide down that bat pole. So, looks like you're getting Batman, Robin, Joker, Batmobile, the Bat Cave.
Pretty good.
That looks pretty cool, man. I'm into it. We always look at the new toy stories.
I like toys.
It never works. I
Yeah.
don't buy a lot of toys.
I got too many.
My
No
son
pre-order
doesn't like
information
toys.
just yet. Probably not till the winter. That sucks. I might buy them all. Can I click on this to make it bigger? I can.
Oh, look at that.
That's cool, man.
That's cool.
Adam,
One
what's-
question. Where's our bulges?
Yeah,
They're in the Batmobile.
Caesar Romero. Did they have the mustache on Caesar Romero?
Ooh.
Gotta have that. So I wonder if this works out. If they sell enough of them, they'll make the rest of the characters like Riddler.
Didn't they already have a line of these figures?
Yeah, a couple of years back. I can't remember who did them. If it was NECA or somebody like that.
That's funny because I've been seeing these up on Wish already. Are they out yet?
No, it says here that there's no pre-order information, and he says I can't expect we'll be seeing this wave release until after Suicide Squad figures drop in the fall. So, who knows? It's weird with the McFarlane toys. They just appear. Like I don't know what their release schedule is, but they come out pretty quickly. It seems. I picked
McFarlane's
up
a beast with
Bizarro
that
like
stuff.
2 weeks ago.
Not only that, don't you think they'd want to do it this year for the anniversary?
Right.
Yep.
Right. Maybe they'll jump the Suicide Squad toys. Just put them out.
I doubt it. I doubt it. It's a market they will definitely want to tap. I don't think they'll skip on it.
Now, is there going to be is that a play set or is that just them just fucking with us like they always did when we were kids?
That's what I don't know. I mean,
I want the Batcave
That's pretty cool.
playset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a badass playset right
Got
there.
the Bat computer.
Yeah. Knowing McFarlane and how much he loves this stuff, it's probably going to be.
It looks like it because look back there behind him. There's hinges and shit. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that would be sweet.
Oh yeah, the back wall here.
Yeah,
interlocking. Yep. You know what it might be, Tom? Like if you buy each figure, you'll get pieces.
That would be awesome.
That looks like a Batmobile too. Like it's not just a backdrop.
No. Yeah, that's there.
He did that with the Slapshot figures.
Yeah.
The Hanson brothers.
That's
when you bought the Hanson brothers, you got like a piece of the rink, and like so that when you put it together, you had the whole.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what they'll do.
Yeah,
it is a place that Tom's right. It's like the old school when we're looking
Sweet.
at how it folds out. You can see the bendables right there, and on the
Yep.
left and the right. So this actually folds up for compact. So it probably comes in its box with a 3-set character and Batmobile. This is probably a Batcave, and the Joker's just because the Joker they can do it. They probably got the rights to it, but the ladder looks like it's accessible. Look at the way their hands are, especially so they can actually probably do your own diorama scenes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yes.
They need
This
to
is
do
way
more
too much
villains though.
detailing just to have a computer and a desk. This is like an IKEA
Yeah.
desk where they just put bright lights on. This is an actual diorama. This is probably a scale.
Now,
You gotta remember.
Very cool.
Sorry.
Will the Batmobile work, or is it going to be mounted in there?
No, it will probably work. I think that's just they're literally doing that one section of the Batcave.
That's what I think. Yeah.
If I go for the West Batcave, we can actually probably pull up a scene. They probably pull it.
That's so cool.
That's very
I like some of its cloth goods too, like their capes.
Oh yeah.
Robin's looks kind of plasticky, but his is definitely, you can see the pattern in the nylon or whatever.
You can hear the music.
I hear the music too.
That's me, and it's all copyright free. Don't worry.
There's a fingerprint on the door of the Batmobile.
Oh, I meant the oh, no.
That's right. There is a fingerprint there.
I meant the Batman theme.
I just went with it.
All right, I got a question. NECA or McFarlane?
McFarlane is generally better quality.
Mm-hmm.
NECA, I have a very love-hate relationship with. I suggest check out Retro Blasting's coverage on NECA. He does a really good job of breaking down what's wrong with them. They do some good figures, though, from time to time.
Oh, and they got more properties. They get a lot of properties.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But they start, after time, they start to fall. They keep falling down. I can't get them to stand up straight. They keep falling over.
Well, somebody complains that some of their articulated like hinges, especially on the Aliens figures, once you start bending that back and forth, it just fucking eventually breaks off.
Yeah, they pop.
The Gremlins legs were horrible.
That's the one in particular. Tom is my Stripe. He's too top heavy.
And I broke every single friggin' one of those I've opened and tried to bend the legs on. I broke every one.
Yep.
You have the crystal clear or the see-through plastic waist grabbers for action figures that you can put in your poses and they stand and they're pretty much out of sight. That's
Yeah, I know, but like even if you try to move these the way the hinges are on the legs, they're horrible. I wish they would have done them like the new batch run they did first.
Yeah,
because those were just like three little hinges and the legs were perfect. And for some reason they changed them.
So you see, you see right here, that's the front desk we were looking at, the IKEA desk. You see that? So it's actually they're doing a 3-desk period. So you go in front. There's it's a diorama because look, that's supposed to be the rocks, the hinges we're looking at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that's my guess is that it's that whole section there comes around and then we could see there was like a bottom part to it, and I think that's what it is. So you can just roll your Batmobile up in there.
That's awesome.
I hope it has like enough ridges on the top of that back bending, like the Batcave bends, so you can actually like diorama it properly and put like an LED wiring kit in there, so that not only when you close it, it doesn't affect the lights, but you can actually have the lights facing down and give it that aesthetic.
Could maybe, but we'll have to see it to see.
Yeah,
that looks pretty neat though. I'm actually perked up on that one a bit.
Yeah, me too.
Was delayed
because you don't get a lot of play sets like that where you actually get.
No,
not anymore. We did when we were kids. We had them all the time, but yeah.
If McFarlane's doing this is McFarlane. He likes to go all out, and if he's doing articulation, he probably wants the classic. And this looks pretty sick.
Well, it says here that Mezco already did a version of all these figures last year.
Yeah.
If you type in Batman 1966 Mezco, there's a whole diorama. They have more villains.
Share your screen.
Hold on.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Do you see it?
Yeah. How you want me to get it for you? I'll get it for you quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, it's a habit. I think he's talking about these ones right here. Yeah, some of them even had interchangeable heads.
Yeah,
that's the ones.
And there's a play set too.
Yeah.
If you go on Toy Arc, this shows a little
exactly the same, but the way hold on. Trying to get the picture to clear up. Copy image address. Let's go to here and bam.
Oh, they come with different heads too. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
But that's cardboard. This looks like a loop.
Yeah,
it's
like a Mego playset.
They're focusing more on the characters, because you're getting more characters and you're getting the car. That's why they probably didn't put much focus on. Like, you can't even drive through this. It's just painted on. It's Roadrunner style right there. Like,
yeah, it's like an old Mego diorama where it's just cardboard that's been laminated.
Yep.
Yeah, and the poles make no sense. They look way too big for the characters just in general. Like, so why would you hollow out this when you could literally just made a Batcave to have some type of entry?
Yeah. No,
I'd
compared to
way
what we
analytical. It literally
these
is
look
a box.
like
That's how you carry it all.
Yeah, and these guys look like they only have like 5 points of articulation.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, 5-point figure box set. Yep. Oh, that's cool though. I like that little Wayne Manor.
That's the Batcave.
That looks like a Nintendo background there.
That's really you hold. So literally the diorama is the storage container.
Yep.
Yep. That's.
Okay.
Yeah, because they could have made it so easy. We could hollow out the black of the back part of the cardboard, like right here. And remember the old school style where you had to like go along the lines to pop it out to make it a more interactable thing when you were young? Like, yeah. So literally, this could have been a thing that actually could have came down. This could have been hollowed out or pushed out, and the Batmobile could just go in and out if you want, and actually just take your own picture.
They could have made it a plastic cap that pops off or something.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just seems cheap. You go all out on the characters, and you don't go all out on the thing that most people love.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I guess the idea is to just open it up, put them on a shelf, and stand them in front of it and call it a day. But
in 2 weeks, bitch, because they keep falling over.
Yeah. That's it. I can't keep. I know. I bought those the claw things. That's the only way to hold them up now.
Yeah, they're expensive though.
I need it for Carnage because Carnage just and Venom just all the time. Just can't do it.
Yep. Every time I walk in my office, is it's either the Terminator or one of the Gremlins is face down on the ground. Came off the shelf.
Even the computers are cardboard.
Oh man.
Look at that shit.
But they have Alfred.
He's probably cardboard too. We just can't tell yet.
You're right, Pete. They have no articulation at all. Or Jude, whoever said that.
Yeah, they're for only 5 points.
Yep.
They're Star Wars figures. Vintage.
What bothers me, this one looks more like the Nolan Catwoman than the actual Catwomans they were doing from the series in the era.
Which one is it supposed to be? Julie Newmar, I'm guessing, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Interesting.
Sorry.
Well, I only got one last thing, and it's a huge story. So that's why I saved it for last.
Huge.
Try to contain your excitement. I know
Huge.
it's really, really going to be exciting for everybody.
You
Rock
said
Dog is
huge?
$5 on Blu-ray.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What?
Let me
Rock Dog.
order that right now.
Ooh.
What is this?
Wow.
I don't know. I just saw it.
Rock Dog.
Rock Dog.
Rock Dog.
That's
Yeah.
big.
But J.K. Simmons is in it, so why not?
Oh, okay. Then definitely.
Lewis Black.
I saw it on Blu-ray.com yesterday. I'm like, Rock Dog, what the fuck is that?
It's like from 2017. It said.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw it's
I
$5.
vaguely remember it.
Do you remember it?
Really?
I never saw it, but I remember kind of vaguely when it came out. Yeah.
I didn't know it existed until I saw this yesterday.
Same. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's all I got. We're at 3 hours, so this is usually the time of the show where we go around the horn, Tom, and everyone gives a recommendation. And Normie, just if there's something you've seen or read that you think everyone should partake.
Oh yeah, sure.
Share that kind of information. So,
No, you
why don't we
guys
start
wouldn't like
right
any
next
of
to
my-
me? Why don't we start right here with 6?
You guys wouldn't like any of my geopolitical books.
Okay, I do have a recommendation. It's a book that some of you may have read when you were a child. It's a bit of a tearjerker. It's called Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawls.
Oh man, love that book.
A Boy and His Dogs.
Yeah.
It's a classical
Oh,
literature.
Oh,
some fun, uplifting summer reading.
Yeah, it's a good, nice, wholesome. Nice
I'll
wholesome
make you
film.
cry.
Yeah, it'll make you cry like a
Oh
bit.
my god, yes. No, yeah.
Nice. Tom, do you have anything that we should partake?
Yeah, I
of?
recommend the latest spin-off from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World called Nunchuckosaurus.
Wait a minute, didn't you write that, Tom?
I did. It's ironic. No. God, what have I watched lately? I like Cheers.
Oh,
There you
it never
go.
gets old, man. It's still funny.
Oh God, what else have I watched lately? I'm trying to think. There was this one Cameron Crowe movie called The Wildlife. I never even knew about. I just got it, and it's almost like a quasi sequel to Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Not the same characters, but obviously same writer and all that kind of stuff. It's very similar in tone, and it's got like Sean Penn and a bunch of other people in it. It was pretty good, actually. I don't know. That's one that I had not seen before. Otherwise, I recently saw The Drunken Master for the first time.
Oh, how was
the
that?
Jackie Chan one. The original 78 one is pretty good. Drunken Master 2 just came out on Blu-ray too for the first time, so I gotta watch that one again. I haven't seen that since I was a kid, but that's the one we all saw in the U.S. I guess I didn't know. So, but yeah, I recommend those. There you go.
Nice. There you go. Thanks, Tom. Let's do this. We'll do this snake style, so we'll go down and wrap around. Normie, you're up.
Oh, what do you want me to talk about? Sorry.
And I meant Chris Penn, not Sean Penn, by the way.
Oh, Chris Penn.
This is the part of the show where you talk about your mad listening skills, Normie.
My what skills?
What?
Your mad listening skills.
Tom, did you know Reservoir Dogs? That was Chris Penn's real outfit. That horrible jogging suit because they had no money.
That's funny.
Now, what do you have to recommend for us to read, watch, listen to?
Let's see. I watched recently Invincible. I really enjoyed that on Amazon Prime. What was that, 8 episodes and stuff? It was pretty good. It was pretty brutal. I did the review with 32 flavors and stuff. A classical literature book to read, Catcher in the Rye. Let me see. I don't got anything else, man.
That's cool.
That's not for bed.
Hey, one's plenty. That's so cool. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Edison.
Oh, definitely A Quiet Place 2, which I saw today. Definitely go see that in the theaters, by the way. Don't wait till it comes on streaming. And recently over this weekend, I'm sure all of you probably already saw this, but Anatomy of a Murder. I couldn't believe I had never seen this before. Such a great movie from 1959 with James Stewart and a very young George C. Scott that only appears like you're already past halfway through the movie, but he makes such a big impression on that movie.
Cool.
And Lee Remick, very beautiful Lee Remick.
Oh, Lee Remick, yeah. Jude, what you got?
So
I know, go eat a lobster roll at
No, I actually stumbled on a gem this past weekend. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie The Croupier. Is that how you say it? Someone's a dealer at a casino. Croupier. It's Clive Owen's first film, I think.
Oh.
And it's
like Clive Owens.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and you got to kind of dig for it, but it's really, really good. It's kind of like a British noir film, and he's like a struggling writer by day, but then he works at a casino at night, and it kind of has like some weird kind of Pulp Fiction kind of ish elements to it as the story starts to progress, and it kind of turns into a little bit of a heist movie, and it is really fucking good. And I don't think it was released in theaters. I think it was more like it's screened at a film festival, but it's definitely a hidden gem, and check it out. It's on Netflix. So that's my recommendation.
You're wearing your Tattooing Comics, aren't you?
I am.
I remember that shirt. You got that like 10 years ago, right? Yeah, I remember that.
Nice.
Tattooing Comics. It's basically the
action. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Wookiee instead of Superman.
Nice.
Pedro, what you got?
I recently got into True Detective on HBO Max. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
You can stop right there. First season.
I loved the third season. I didn't bother with the second season. I just jumped right to the third season. Third season was pretty good.
Okay. I'll have to check the third season.
Third season's definitely got it is very different than the first season. But it's still got the same sort of like, multiple timelines going at actually it's got like 3 or 4 timelines going at once.
Cool.
And it's a bit happier, if that's possible.
Okay. I'll have to
So-
check it out. I liked season 1 a lot, and then everybody told me season 2 was hot trash, so I didn't bother.
Yeah, that's exactly what I heard too. So I skipped right over it.
Yeah. Steven,
Yes, sir.
is there anything fun you'd like to tell us about?
To recommend?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Porn.
No, that's a given.
He always says Pornhub.
All right.
Pornhub.
Bestiality.
Hey,
none of that.
You do it, Chris.
Pregnant little people porn.
That's what you do on
Ninja
Wednesday.
porn. Ninja porn, baby.
It's out there.
And all these words are coming down.
Right?
Honestly,
There's all
Trigun. Yeah, go look at Trigun if you like anime. Go look at what do you call it? Eureka 7, Gun X Sword. If you're looking for a book, Wizard's First Rule, which is the first book of Sword of Truth, always a good book. And give Sweet Tooth a try on Netflix.
Cool.
Okay.
And take your shirt off.
Oh God.
Yeah, cams on, shirts off, gentlemen. Do it.
You
If mine
wear
came off,
nipple
the internet would
pasties.
break. I'm not
You
doing
can
it.
wear nipple pasties. I got no problem with that.
God.
Just get the one for Decepticon, one for Autobot. Be like, Morgan, meet the eye.
You have to go up to the camera. Da-da-da. For me, I watched 2 classic movies last week and forgotten how good they both are. One was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. I've had it on Blu-ray on a shelf for like 5 years and never opened it, and finally I did. And Woody Allen's Manhattan from 1979, and both are a cinematographer's.
What dream?
I didn't want to say wet dream, but Manhattan could be, especially the first that opening montage. You know, beautiful. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. But really, how about great cinematography in both of them? Just excellent cinematography. I love black and white films. I love black and white.
I like black and white. I hated it when I
King
was a
Kong
kid.
1933 is the best one. Black and white.
What? Which one?
King Kong.
Oh,
absolutely. I love black and white photography. I love noir movies. I love.
So you love
then
the
you would
Snyder
love
Cut.
my recommendation, Keith. It's actually not black and white though, but it does have
people
that, it does
today
have that
have
feel
no
to it, that
appreciation.
noir film.
Yeah, I love that stuff. So, yeah, I recommend you folks out there culture yourself with some older films. In Manhattan's 1979. It's not even that old, but I guess by today's standards. Do you ever see that really old movie, Manhattan?
You know what I like? You know what old movie I like? Great Escape with Steve McQueen.
Oh, love
There
that
you
film.
go.
Love that film. It's one of the few films that's over 3 hours long and doesn't feel like it.
Right? It's like, my God, such a great movie.
You know, it feels like 3 hours, and he's in 3 hours. The Notebook.
Right? No shit, huh?
You want to see a good black and white movie? See The Seven Samurai.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Pete's one of Pete's classics, Rashomon.
How many of you grew up with a black and
very
white
nice.
TV in your house?
Oh God, black and white. That's it. I had
I
it in my
had
room.
I had black and white. Yeah, I had black and
16,
white.
yeah.
Not I.
Well, you guys
I'm
are
a
all too
late
successful.
70s baby.
Oh,
No.
good. You could have still had a black and white TV.
I had a black and white TV in my room until I was like 16. Then I got a little like 15-inch.
Did anybody play the Atari 2600 on a black and white TV?
Yep.
No.
I probably did.
Pong. I played Pong on black and white TVs, dude.
Yar's
Hey.
Revenge was my favorite.
Today, do I even know that the TV went off at 8 o'clock and came back on at what, 5 a.m.?
It was
So
more
that
like
That's right.
the evening news, and then
Yeah.
just watch Poltergeist. There's your history lesson.
Mhm. First world
TVs
computers
used to go off.
are a real struggle.
It really is.
Right?
Well, we're at 3 hours and 15 minutes, folks.
All right.
I think we
Let's
should
get out of here.
wrap this
Yeah.
bad boy up for the week. I'll do my quick little housekeeping, and away we will go. We're on all the socials, Twitter, Faceplant, and Instagrams at the GeekTime. And please subscribe so we can get bigger. and more bigger and more bigger. Because, you know,
and larger and girthier.
We gotta get as large.
we're trying to become engorged here.
We want to thrust the news at you at a medium pace.
We gotta get very lobster roll large.
We want you to have the news dripping off the back of your ass. I mean, your fingers. So bad you call it the Niagara.
Ow.
What Optimus Stevens said.
Code name Crocodile Mile.
Nice.
That's actually the new Batwing from the CW, but I put Optimus Prime's head on it because it looks.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, it's
a cross between.
This way, I have a much bigger, you know.
It's. I already found out the theme for him. Like what his motto is: testosterone, roll out,
roll out.
Nice.
Of my body.
Did they allow testosterone on that show?
Yes,
someone changed my gender fluid.
Yeah. My God.
Gender fluid's worst enemy, Mr. Lube. Rodimus, it does not go there. And no lie, the promotional poster, it looks like he took off Will Smith's hair from Independence Day, just put it on top of his own hair.
Nice.
No, not nice. More than meets the simp. Cook formers. Do something.
Excuse me.
Starbucks. Okay.
Okay. Well, with that, Pete, I believe that's your cue.
Yes. See you next Tuesday.
If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure you click the little bell icon to be notified anytime someone from our show drops new content here. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?